This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area. This, this, this should be played. This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Shalom, salama, siyemi, shalom to you always, family abroad. It's your man Yasha Rawls, aka RedLetter Rap. You see our brother Hario's right here. Sister Yaz is still in South Carolina and at the women's retreat and things like that, so she will not be joining us tonight. But you know, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? You definitely put your love in there for her and whatnot. So, oh my goodness, what a week! What a week! Waiting on Bro Straight Like That to hopefully join on in with us. Other than that, how's your week been, Ock?
Blessed, brother, blessed, man. I'm just trying to get get everything together and on, you know what I'm talking about, putting the so I could talk in the chat too and tell everybody what's up, man. I had to hurry up and jump back. I didn't know you was gonna talk to me. I had to hurry up and jump back. Man, my week's been beautiful, man. I've been on my dog breeder stuff, man. Pretty much got 12. My dog had 12 puppies on pass. 12 puppies. Get that, 12 puppies. I'm like, man, wow, all praise. But got 12 more dogs in here, so now I got my bully, I got my 2 pit bulls, and I got 12 pit bull puppies now that still hadn't opened their eyes yet. So I've been pretty much just running around with that, and between that and work, man, everything else been, man, I'm highly favored and blessed, brother.
All praises, man.
That in the gym, my bad. I forgot about my gym. Y'all know I'm in the gym.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, man, and definitely all praises. I wanna definitely extend like through the whatever we can extend through, you know what I'm saying, on both our congratulations on one another. Both of us, you know what I'm saying, quit smoking cigarettes, no vape, no nothing, no smoking whatsoever. All praises to the Most High Yah for delivering us from this that nasty affliction that was definitely robbing the quality of our lives. And I just can't thank him enough for delivering us up out of this. So all praises, definitely all praises.
All praises, brother. You know what, brother? I don't even think about it no more. When you said that, kind of almost like I was like, hold on, but I'm like, okay, but I'm like, yeah, like sometimes, like with me right now, brother, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like almost like, and I know it's only been 4 months, but like I really don't even know how I did that for, you know what I'm saying, 10 years plus. I don't know. I really don't know, bro.
Me neither. I don't know how I did it for so long. I don't know how, man. I was messing with that disgusting thing ever since I was like just before 18 years old, and I'll be 44 in November.
Thanks.
So, you know, I can't I can only give the Most High the praise, honor, and glory for delivering us. I mean, it's wild. It's man. But let's see here. All right, so I guess Bro Straight Like That is on his way in just a moment. All right, let's see here. I'm texting him right back. All right, cool. I just told him come on in. You know what I'm saying? I sent him the link over on WhatsApp. I sent him the link in the text. You know what I'm saying? So we should be here very, very shortly. Shalom to everybody. It's in the chat. And hopefully I mean, I also want to give a shout out to Kwadam Rakar. I want to give a shout out to Brother Akwan. I want to give a shout out to the Raka Bar. I want to give a shout out to Ak Yom. Um, Definitely Dimitri Pruitt. Um, just everybody that's all these different artists that have actually taken the time to look back over onto riding with Yasha Rawls, you know what I'm saying? So and see that I'm trying to help share their music out there in whichever way I can possibly do it. And they very much appreciate, you know, how the Most High is having me go about doing it. So it's kind of like it's a collaboration. The Most High gives them the word, and the Most High is having me share their work. And I'm not taking no credit for their work. I'm making sure people know that to bless these artists. You know what I'm saying? Look and find these artists' music. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to the lyrics, especially when it comes to this music. Pay attention to the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So once again, shout out to all those artists and even all the artists that I haven't named, the Naviel, you know what I'm saying, and so many, many more that I've played. Yapa Q, let me see here, daggone, Lorvins, I mean, Beloved Dawood, I mean, Zoog, everybody y'all see me play over here. I play, you know, in the car doing riding with Yasha Ross, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
So
even got me on there one time, I saw, man.
yeah, I played yours on there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, man. I caught that you had BIA. No, it wasn't BIA you had playing. It was which one was it, brother?
It was the B.
It was the B. Yeah, it was the B. Yeah, man. It was the B. I was like, man, look at the and I was like, and I know it was like, cause you was just, that was one of them days you was just like, I'm gonna just let it roll. I'm gonna just let it roll and see what's going on.
Yeah, like, and that's how we're going to continue to do it, man. Like lately, I've been trying to do like just introducing new music, but it's at the point now to where it's like my radio don't go automatically to a brand new song. So it's like, man, I'm gonna stop hitting the skip button. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I think it's dope, brother. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I catch it in the morning, and sometimes I like to catch it when it's, you know what I'm saying, when I could ride to be riding with you. You know what I mean?
Hey, I appreciate that, man.
I always run it back on the playback, though. You know.
Oh man, all praises. So bro, straight like that. How you doing, Ock?
Shalom. Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's happening with you?
Oh man, you already know.
No,
already. You know what I'm saying?
Brother Harry, how you feeling, man?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm beautiful, brother. Beautifully blessed, man. Yeah, man. I got my woolly hair out, man. I'm shaking my. Yeah, I'm blessed, brother. What's good?
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. Glad to be amongst y'all boys again.
Yeah, I had to turn the air conditioner off, man. It finally got hot enough up here in Ohio to turn the air on today, man. Like,
got hot down here too, bro.
Man, it's opposite today, man. It rained down here, kind of chilly down here today.
Man, it got up to like almost 80 degrees up here today.
Yeah, bro.
Well, y'all need to give us our weather back, man.
Man, yeah, says she been down there lightweight catching the tan almost. And I'm like, that's what's up, though. She got a chance to be in South Carolina, North Carolina. She in Georgia right now. You know what I'm saying? So all praises. She got to do some canoeing today. That was good news. You know what I'm saying? To hear that, you know. But other than that, family, so many good studies throughout the week. So much good information. I came across something earlier on that somebody had shared, talking about right there in I want to say like Missouri, all the way in the middle, like Illinois, all that. There's like some kind of big emergency going on, man. I don't know exactly what it is, but I guess they got hundreds of National Guard troops deployed. Some kind of something going on. They was I can't remember what channel it was. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and see if I can pull this on up from Coon Book, because that's where I found it at. Shout out to I want to say, I don't want to mess his name up. So I want to just up and General Sakari, Kalel, Eli Maccabee. He the one that shared this right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one up, just something real quick. And if y'all do have a Coon Book account, hey, it is what it is. But this is the article. I'll go ahead and click on it. Mute myself right quick.
Where the missus at, bro?
Oh man, you behind, man. She said she down in Georgia right now.
I'm saying I know that. I'm saying like she tuning in with us tonight.
Yeah, she tuning in for like as long as she can, but the ladies is getting ready to be doing something in just a moment. So that's why she's not gonna be there. That's why she's not like with us.
So no more. Sound good.
Go ahead and click on this. Copy. And paste this in the chat. This is if y'all are living in any of those areas or anywhere near these areas. It says urgent emergency declared. National Guard deploys a mass casualty event. I'm not hip to this channel, so I don't know nothing about this dude right here, this Patrick Humphrey dude right here. But one of our brothers in the faith has shared this right here, talking about there's something going on all throughout, like I would say that they on the map, they got a circle that's like northern Louisiana, Missouri, Arkansas, Illinois, Indiana, Western Kentucky, Western Tennessee, Western Alabama. So I don't know nothing about what's going on over there.
You say Louisiana. What's this about?
That's what's on the screen up here. There's something I don't know. I have not got a chance to fully check this on out.
Say northern Louisiana, but I'm all the way down to the south. But I'm still listening. You caught my ear when you said Louisiana. I turned and looked.
Right. So like, yeah, that's so I put the link in the chat so that way y'all can check that when you get a moment and whatnot. Save that. He said, "LOL Coon Book." I'm still in that. It's all good. You're supposed to. That's a free one. That's a free one. Hey, that's what it is. Coon Book, man. They be cooning for their masters over that way, man. Like I can't. Anyway, let me go ahead and stop sharing. We got to go ahead and get it on there and get right with Bible study. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, family, like there's a whole lot going on, and unfortunately, within our nation, we still got a whole lot of this. Not knowing who is who, or not, abiding by who is who, or whatever. Just all this false doctrine and things going out and around. And so I don't want to get too caught up on all that, because there's a conversation I got to have with a brother coming up this week about that stuff. And I don't want to I don't know. I ain't trying to sound no kind of way. Regardless, it's supposed to be all love. We're supposed to come at each other with a proper tone of voice, you know what I'm saying, where we can properly discuss our differences, you know what I'm saying, the way we can truly kingdom build behind the scenes and not make a spectacle out of ourselves, nor to cause division or strife amongst the brethren. So let's see here. Let me get down to chapter 12. Last week, we got a chance to see a lot of good things, you know what I'm saying, going from chapter 8 to chapter 12. And I'm trying to get us back to that point. Oh, a little too far. Try to knock our recap out pretty quickly, because we only got through like 3 chapters, from 8 to 11 actually, because we're going to start up in chapter 12 tonight. So we also got a chance to make sure that we saw something very, very, very important in the scriptures about not adding to and taking away from the Most High's word. And once again, you've heard me say so many times on this channel that the Most High gave us that warning, not just as a warning not to do it. it was a warning that it was going to be done, that somebody was going to add to his word, take away from his word, and manipulate it. So therefore it would spread confusion. And so this is why we have to rightfully divide the word of truth by doing what? We have to read it. Take time with the word. Read the word. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that we're understanding what we're reading. I encourage everybody out there, like I've been doing on Instagram and things like that. I've been telling people, like, look, you know, read this word, take your time with it. If you come across words that you don't understand, do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Look up the definitions of these. Get into the Strong's Concordance. You know what I'm saying? You understand what it is you're reading. The Most High wants you to know his word. He wants you to understand what it is he said and what it is he expects of you. It will be foolish of the Most High to give you his word and don't care if you understand it or not. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? He wants you to understand it. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we got to take our time with it. All right. So you got something out? Bro, straight like that? You got something out? Straight like that. You all right? I know you passed out all of a sudden or what?
Nah, man, I'm gonna tell you, bro. You know when we was building with the Cobra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you already know my sleep issue.
Right. Yeah, Jules B was like, is he snoring?
Yeah, man. Then I was in that same position. I got 2 hours.
Oh man.
I got 2 hours and I was up ever since then, bro.
Oh, so you've been getting it in on studying and researching.
Man, bro, I've been trying to keep my eyes open, man. So if I blank out, man, y'all don't clown me too hard, bro.
No, man. At least you're giving us fair warning about it. And I understand 2 hours of sleep is 2 hours of sleep. That ain't nothing to play with.
That was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie. When you called my name right there, I said, what? That was funny. That was funny, bro. Nah, man, I'm up in here though, cuz.
No doubt, cuz. All right. So let's see here. We got a chance to see last week. Oh goodness, we got to get to right over here.
And see, that was straight honest right there too, bro.
You gotta be, man. I mean, but we all heard you though.
What was I doing?
That Jules B says he's snoring. Like,
oh man, Jules B, I'm sorry about it.
Like we, it's all love, man. Like you said, man, you got 2 hours of sleep. 2 hours is 2 hours, and you could be sleeping right now, but you right here with us trying to get it in with this word at least.
Yeah,
so
man.
I got up at faint, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. I understand.
I got up at 1:54. I thought, you know how you go to sleep and then you think that it's morning. I looked at my watch. I looked at my clock, and it was only 1:54. I was disappointed. I was disappointed. I was like, man, it's all good though, bro. I'm gonna be up in here.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So something that I just happened to stop by on right here in the scriptures is very important for us to also remember, keeping our hearts and our minds right here. It's chapter 8, verse 14. Then thy heart be lifted up, and thou, matter of fact, we gotta keep in context. So let me go back up this way. Beware that thou forget not Yahweh, thy Elohim, in keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, lest when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein, and when thy herds and thy flocks multiply, and thy silver and thy gold is multiplied, and all that thou hast is multiplied, then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget Yahweh, thy Elohim, which brought thee forth out of the land of Mizraim from the house of bondage, who led thee through the great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint, who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee to do thee good in thy latter end. So this is very, very important. And so what we're getting right here is being reminded that the Most High is going to increase us. All right. By staying obedient unto him, he's going to increase us, but he's also warning us through this increase that don't forget him. Don't forget how you got what you got. Give him all praise, honor, and glory for everything that you have and everything that you attain, everything that he multiplies in you. See, there's in all of everything that we're given, the Most High not only gives us the instruction, but is also telling us not to forget, to keep it fervent in our hearts and our minds. Excuse me, fam, over here burping a little bit. But he's wanting to make sure that we don't forget him. And you got to also remember throughout these scriptures that our ancestors and forefathers, they had an obedience issue. You know what I'm saying? This stiff-neckedness, this hard-headedness. And that's what we as a people have. We have this issue. You know what I'm saying? This is why we got to love each other through our issues. Least we forget who we are and how we're supposed to treat one another. You know, or at least we forget the Most High that has always been there with us. You feel me? So, and in all these things, you know, and I gotta take this moment. I'm man, to be honest with you, this might come off as a jab, you know, to if you know the Ak is watching, but there has never been manna that has fallen from the Shamayim here in the United Snakes of the America. Never. There has never been recorded any sweet manna from heaven falling and landing in this place. Therefore, we are not from here. But there's recorded even to this day sweet manna from the Shamayim still falling in Angola and other parts of Africa, still to this day. So that should go to show and prove, at least give some evidence. We even pulled one, at least one video up showing the land, showing the manna over in Africa, over in Angola.
Hold up, brother. We got somebody watching that think that we from America.
No. There's somebody that I'm having a brotherly discussion with somebody coming up this week, and I invited them to take a look at what we're doing over here on RedLetter Rap as far as Bible study. So they might be watching, they might not be. Okay. And I'm just making sure it's understood that as we're reading this word, something that's popping right up out the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, that definitely shows and proves that we are not from the United Snakes of damn America.
Facts.
This is not our land. And them Native Americans are not the tribe of Gad.
Right.
The tribe of Gad is in Ghana.
Facts. The God people.
The God people, that's right. They're in Ghana. All right. They've been there for all this time. You know what I'm saying? So even the Ashkenazi, you know, perpetrators have been sending their rabbis to the God people, the tribe of Gad in Ghana, as in trying to get them to convert to Judaism. And they're like, why do we need to convert for? This is what we already have, the traditions. We've been doing this for all of our lives. Like, what do we need to convert? We don't need to convert.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm sorry that not every one of us are getting this information. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, even though that a lot of us have woken up to who's who and whatnot, as far as like, yeah, we're Israel, yeah, we the children of Israel. Unfortunately, we get so zealous and want to jump out there and start teaching things that we forget to still be students. So even though I'm over here reading this word with y'all, I still have to take time to go read and find and research. I don't know everything. There's still so much I need to learn. Still so much, family. So much. I would be a liar if I sat here and said I understand all things. That's no way.
Now
Most High probably strike me dead right now. Y'all wouldn't hear my voice again. Like,
right, facts. But I mean, but look, we none understand everything. But I think some things are kind of solid in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying about we not from here. You know what I'm saying. He said we was gonna wake up in the land of our captivity. So this the land of our captivity. You know what I mean?
Fact. So, with that right there, scripture right there, that's something that jumps off the page that tells us that, not only don't forget the Most High, because he's going to multiply you if you stay fervent and stay obedient unto his law, statutes, and commandments and judgments that he has given us. You know what I'm saying? I want to also say shout out to Pastor Wilkins who put up a post earlier on this week. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember exactly how he stated it, but it was something along the lines of, yeah, we Israel, but you know what I'm saying, we forgetting to do what we're supposed to do. And I'm like, big facts, you know what I'm saying? How we going to focus so much on who we are and not focus enough on what we're supposed to be doing? You know what I'm saying? So in this whole process of waking up to us being the true children of Israel and the exiled from home, we still have to be focusing on going back home and focusing on what it is we're supposed to be doing.
Ross, that's part of the problem too, bro.
Go ahead, speak on it.
Yo, when people first come into this, they learn their identity, they get kind of big head, they get kind of haughty, and they be like, oh yeah, well, I'm good. Nah, bro, you ain't good. It's a whole lot of stuff you got to do. Just because you got that bloodline don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's good that you got it. You know what I'm saying? In a fleshly level. But it's a whole lot of other stuff that goes along with that. And folks don't like talking about that, bro. Like the conversations me and you done had about confession, repentance, and forgiveness. Don't nobody ever want to talk about that. Don't nobody ever do a stream about none of that. But they'll get on here and talk about, oh, we finna get the nation's money. We up next. You know what I'm saying? It's our turn. I'm gonna make pancakes in the winter in the wilderness. Saying all this silly stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? Quit playing so much, bro, and get serious, bro. And like how you said, I was kind of like that when I first came in, and I got humbled real quick by my little brother. And then I just had to kind of fall back and realize that sometimes it's really good to listen instead of talking so much. That's what I'm always hollering about. I'm on my Ciroc 20 game. You know what I'm saying? If you read that Ciroc 20, I think it's chapters 1 through 8. You'll know what I'm talking about, man. That's Ciroc 8. That's Ciroc chapter 20, verse 1 through 8. It's talking about when it take. Say it again.
So you may pull that on up.
Hold on for a minute.
No, I got it. I'll pull it right on up. We went through Ciroc.
It's about your speech, man.
Ciroc chapter 20. You say we on the way through it. I
believe it's 20, yeah.
Almost there. Ciroc chapter 20. Let's go ahead and blow this on up a little bit because y'all need it like that. And so do I. Got to have it. Let's see here.
See, when I came across this, I wasn't thinking about other folks I was applying it to myself. That was like almost a year and a half ago. So, you know, I've been doing it like that since then. It was me and my brother Don. So I always look at myself. I try to point the finger at myself before I point the finger at other folks, man.
So you're gonna maybe play that self-examination again later on too.
Man, knock that thing, cuz.
Oh
knock
yeah,
that thing, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna get it in. So right here, so Rock, chapter 20, there is a reproof that is not comely. Let me say that again. There is a reproof that is not comely. What does that mean? It's not nice. It's not sweet. It's not smooth. There is a reproof that is not comely. Again, some man holds his tongue and he is wise. That's a two-edged sword right there. That first verse right there in itself is a two-edged sword. There is a reproof of telling somebody where they wrong at that is not nice. But again, on the other side of that, again, some man holds his tongue and he is wise. Like, I'm not even gonna come at you like that right now. I'm gonna let the Most High deal with you and just keep it in. They're just gonna keep it in. But so they're not gonna hold any angst towards you. They're not gonna have any anger towards you. They're just gonna let you go ahead and stumble on your own. Because they can obviously tell that you ain't gonna listen, even if they do reproof you. You feel me? So then right here, it is much better to reprove than to be angry secretly. And the other half of that is, and he that confesses his faults shall be preserved from hurt. This is big. This is huge. So those are very, 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 very powerful. You know, how good is it when you are reproved to show repentance, for so shall you escape willful sin. See, yeah. I encourage y'all to dip back into that book of Sirach. You know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High. We got a chance to go through that book right here on Red Letter Raps, but that's powerful. So right here, and then what was also the other half of what we was going through in this recap right now about least we should forget. And it shall be, if thou do forget Yahweh thy Elohim and walk after other Elohim and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. As the nations which Yahweh destroyeth before your face, so shall ye perish, because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of Yahweh your Elohim. Now, if you want to dig even deeper into that scripture right there, now it's one thing that we was guilty for turning away from the Torah, turning away from the instruction. The Most High was saying that these nations that he's sending us to rid out was already like they had no understanding of the Torah. They had wicked ways, just straight out wicked, abominable ways. And so all the nations in which the Most High put even us into subjection to put us in slavery to, those nations were not obeying the Most High, and the Most High destroyed them from before our face as well, to make sure that we would understand that he gave us the way, he gave us the law, which is the way. And so the other nations that don't follow the way, they will be destroyed. Once we repented and cried out after serving our sentence that the Most High had us serve by being in servitude to whichever captivity we were in, after leaving that captivity, that nation was destroyed or just severely, put under, if not completely wiped out. To be a reminder that don't be like them neither. And I told you don't be like them before I put you into captivity to them. things like that. So we need to consider these things. So let's keep on pushing, right? Because we got to get to chapter 12, and I don't want to hold y'all up just trying to do a recap. Matter of fact, I do just kind of want to just get right on to it because it's already 8:35. I try to be as quick as possible with the recaps, and it's already getting to pushing. All right, so let me go ahead and blow this up just a little bit more.
But a roll.
Yes,
We're a little bit off because I guess Sister Diaz ain't here. You forgot to pray on them, my boy.
You know what? You are absolutely right. Oh my goodness. I appreciate that.
Yeah, brother. It's all good.
Thank you. All right. So thank you, bro. Misalaki. Happy Nappy B-Day. Don't know let's see, just checking in real quick with you, my brother. It's my oldest B-Day together, get together. How you bless the process. Amen. Okay, so happy Nappy B-Day. Definitely. And that's what I tell all our brothers and sisters on their B-Day. You know what I'm saying? Happy Nappy B-Day. You should always be happy, even if you're nappy, but especially on your B-Day. All right, and you can use that. I'll say it again. You should always be happy, even if you're nappy, but especially on your B-Day. All right, so if you can, you will, family, please bow your heads with us. We're going to go ahead and pray on in. Abba Ahaya, Most High Yah of Yasharal, Most High Yah of Abraham, of Gatasak and Yaquab, the one true Elohim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within, Yahweh, Sabah, Awath. Abba, we come humbly before your throne, thanking you for this day and asking forgiveness of our sins and iniquities, those things known and unknown, and the sins and iniquities of our ancestors and forefathers. For we repent, Abba, and we ask that you create in us a new heart and a right spirit within us, that we may be found blameless within thy sight. We ask that you continue to bring your word to come forth and give us correction, circumcise our hearts, circumcise our minds, show us how to truly walk in the spirit and war in the spirit, war against these principalities, war against these mindsets, war against these thought processes, these heart sets, the way we feel, the way we process things, the way we speak things, the way we walk things out. Show us how to properly war these things in the spirit and stay fervently obedient unto you, Abba. We ask that your word will continue to go forth and bless this household. We ask that your Holy Spirit dwell in this household and every household watching right now and every household that will watch later. But we want to make sure that we give all thanks, honor, praise, and glory unto you for everything that you've done, everything that you're doing, especially for who you are. You are the only one. You are the I am that I am. And no one is above you, and no one next to you. And Abba, we thank you so much for waking us up in the land of our captivity and keeping your word, and that you are not the Son of Man that you should repent, nor that you are a man that you should lie, nor the Son of Man you should repent. And we thank you, Abba, for everything that you do. In Yahweh Shai holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
No doubt. So, oh my goodness. It's hot up in here. I turned the air conditioner off because it's hard to hear y'all. So let's get it back on in with the scriptures. So these are the statutes and judgments which ye shall observe to do in the land, which Yahweh Elohim of thy fathers giveth thee to possess it all the days that ye live upon the earth. Ye shall utterly destroy the places wherein the nations which ye shall possess served their Elohim, upon the high mountains and upon the hills and under every green tree. And ye shall overthrow their altars and break their pillars and burn their groves with fire. And ye shall hew down the graven images of their Elohim and destroy the names of them out of that place. That is powerful. So, oh my goodness. Put it like this. Let me go ahead and straighten this back on out for y'all. My bad. So these altars of these false Elohim, right? Keep in mind, family, remember the destruction of the Tower of Babel, and all the languages were confused. And so after every language, each nation was given over to an angel. And the Most High chose Abraham. Well, scripturally, we already knew it. The Most High chose the line of Shem. It was already known. It was already understood that he was going to choose the line of Shem as the righteous bloodline of Seth, which will be the righteous bloodline of Adam, all the way down through to Noah, and then to Shem would be the righteous bloodline in which Yahushua will come from, will come through. And so these false Elohim, these angels, think about this, man. This is actually pretty interesting. So the Most High created these angels, went ahead and allowed them to be rulers over these other nations by way of their language, just so the Most High can turn right back around and say, you know what? I'm having my people destroy your altars. I'm going to have my people destroy your altars and rub out your names. That's pretty powerful. That's real powerful. When you really let it sink in, just let that sink in. The Most High created those angels that he gave those other nations over to by way of their language and the way of their worship and whatnot, just so he could choose a people that will come later and destroy their altars and to wipe out their names, because they are not Elohim. They're not gods. They ain't never angels.
Sound a little familiar.
Right.
Sound a little familiar. I mean, I was just having this conversation with somebody. I forgot who it was. It was talking about did the Most High make America just for our judgment? I say, that sounds like the Most High. If he said he did it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's neither here nor there, y'all. Some people like to go back and forth, but I'm just saying it sounds like what you're talking about, brother. I mean, he doesn't change, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he said that he made who it was. Oh man, who he said in the Bible that he said, man, that's my army that he's sending to come get Israel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think what it was, bro. My mind all over the place, bro. Let's get back to the scriptures, man.
It's all right.
Going in the word, brother.
So you shall not do so unto Yahweh your Elohim. So all these altars and all these names, all these places, yeah, we're supposed to wipe out these false Elohim, their names from the earth. But it says, ye shall not do so unto Yahweh your Elohim, but unto the place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there, even unto his habitation shall ye seek, and thither thou shalt come.
That's what it is right there, though, bro. I'm sorry, I'm going because I'm in this word today. Must be.
Go ahead.
And straight like that was just talking about, man, what we supposed to be doing, man. That's what we supposed to be doing. Wiping all these false, you know what I'm saying? Wiping all the false pagan and stuff and all those, everything that's in the most highest place, we supposed to be wiping that out so he can sit his name there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's what he was talking about when he was saying we supposed to be the light to the rest of the world. You see what I'm saying? Because the rest of the world got their own stuff going on. They won't put stuff where the Most High supposed to be at. You know what I mean?
Facts. There you go. Not only that, but so that right there is that understanding right there is the same understanding that they allegorize in the Second Testament about warring not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and rulers in dark places.
Yeah.
So, but in these scriptures, we're finding that the Most High is saying we are going to war against flesh and blood, especially those that are so wicked that there's no reasoning with. All right, that's the part that really needs to be understood right there, and not taken out of context. We were to go to war against and wipe out the nations that there's no reasoning with, because they will not repent. And so the same as, or they would not repent, nor would they change their ways. Same as the Most High says in Revelation that he would have healed Babylon if she would have only repented. But since she wouldn't repent and she won't repent, she's marked for destruction and shall be destroyed. And so these altars and all these different things, that's the same as warning against principalities, mindsets, how a person functions or the lack thereof. Because you may think that you're functioning because you got breath in your lungs today, and you done cut some wood and started a fire, maybe drew some water, maybe fed your children today, or you know what I'm saying, you may think that you functioning. But in all actuality, it can still be a lack thereof because of the inspiration behind what you do and why you do what you do, who you give thanks to, who you praise, who do you worship. So that's the difference between functioning and the lack thereof, the lack of functioning. All right, so let's continue. So, but unto the place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there, even unto his habitation shall ye seek, and thither thou shalt come, and thither ye shall bring your burnt offerings, and your sacrifices, and your tithes, and heave offerings of your hand, and your vows, and your free will offerings, and the firstlings of your herds and your flocks. And there ye shall eat before Yahweh, your Elohim, and ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hand unto, ye and your households, wherein Yahweh thy Elohim hath blessed thee. That's just reminding us of what we just got done seeing up in chapter 6, I believe it was, or earlier on in this book, about everything that we set forth to put our hand to. We put the Most High's commandments around our hands, bind it to our hands. So everything we put our hand to do is for the Most High. We give him all praise, honor, and glory, and we do it to fulfill his law, statutes, commandments, and judgments. We do it to be obedient unto the Most High. So that's the work, all right, that backs up our faith. Just like the scripture says, faith without works is dead, correct? Correct. Therefore, the work in which we do it for the Most High. Not doing it to brag, not doing it to boast, not doing it for our glory, not doing it for our name's sake. We do it for the Most High, and we do it for the love of our people. And we do it to show other people the righteousness of the Most High and his way. So, and there ye shall eat before Yahweh, your Elohim, and ye shall rejoice in all that ye put your hand unto, you and your households, wherein Yahweh thy Elohim have blessed thee. Ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day. Every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. For ye are not as yet come to the rest and to the inheritance which Yahweh your Elohim giveth you. That is powerful. So there's things that they're still struggling with at this point in time. It says, ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day. We're still struggling with some things. We're almost there. We're getting ready to inherit this land. We're getting ready to go in and inherit the land, but there's still some things that we're struggling with. And so these things that we're struggling with right now, we got to get this out of our system. Because when we get to the land, we're not going to be doing these things no more. So ye shall not do after all the things that we do here this day. Every man whatsoever is right in his own eyes. That way of thinking, being right in your own eyes, which is what? Division. It's strife. It's contention. It's thinking that each one of us thinks that we're right in our own ways, but we're not in the same spirit of the Most High. And that's gotta stop. That's gotta go. Go ahead, Art.
Yeah, man, that's arrogance and that's hardiness, hardy-minded.
Facts. For ye are not as yet come to the rest and to the inheritance which Yahweh your Elohim giveth you.
Self-righteous.
Facts. But when ye go over Jordan and dwell in the land which Yahweh your Elohim giveth you to inherit, and when he giveth you rest from all your enemies round about, so that ye dwell in safety, then there shall be a place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. Thither shall ye bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings, your sacrifices, your tithes, and your heave offering of your hand, and all your choice vows which ye vow unto Yahweh. Now, let me go ahead and fix this right here, because I just happen to see it out the corner of my eye on my phone. But this is alluding to Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the holy city, where the Most High will put his name upon it. Yah rules peace. Yah ru shalom. Let that sink in. Yah ru shalom. So, and even just breaking it down, even I mean, this may not be the correct etymology, but for a shortcut of understanding, the Most High, Yah, rules peace, rules of peace, the way he would set his name upon it.
And that's the only way you're going to get peace, too.
Facts. Big old brew facts. The only way we're going to get peace is through the Most High's way. And the only way we're going to have life everlasting, the only way we're going to have extension to our calendar is by walking in the Most High's way. That's the only way. But then there shall be a place which Yahweh your Elohim shall choose to cause his name to dwell there. So I'm reading this verse again. Thither shall ye bring all that I command you, your burnt offerings and your sacrifices, your tithes, the heave offering of your hand, and all of your choice vows which ye vow unto Yahweh. And ye shall rejoice before Yahweh your Elohim, ye and your sons and your daughters, and your men servants and your maid servants, and the Lawaim that is within your gates, for as much as he hath no part nor inheritance with you. Take heed to thyself, that thou offer not thy burnt offerings in every place that thou seest. Wow, put a pin in that. Why? I have my suspicions, but does anybody else know why we're not supposed to set up, do burnt offerings everywhere we stand, everywhere we go? I have my suspicions, like I said. So I have my ideas, and I have what's in my spirit. Does that mean it's absolutely correct? Nah, I can't automatically say that. But does anybody else know why? I want to engage with y'all on this one.
I read it one more time for me again.
Right. So once again, you shall rejoice before Yahweh, your Elohim, and your sons and your daughters and your men servants and your maid servants, and the Lawaim that is within your gates, for as much as he hath no part nor inheritance with you. But take heed to yourself, or take heed to thyself, that thou offer not thy burnt offerings in every place that thou seest. That means you don't offer your burnt offerings everywhere you go.
Right. I mean, I agree with the text.
I agree with the text. I mean, like I said, I have my suspicions on why, but I wanted to kind of engage with y'all and everybody in the chat as to why.
I mean, everybody else may not be, you know what I'm saying? Because clearly, you know what I'm saying, I know Paul was talking about people sacrificing food to other gods and stuff like that. So man, I mean that's kind of way I look at it, that maybe this could be for, what I'm saying, don't be doing no burnt offerings just everywhere, or just I could look at it that way, and then you could. I mean, what do you see, bro?
I see it just like what Jules B just said. All praises, all praises. She says, I think it's because that altar is probably dedicated or has been used to sacrifice to other Allahhims.
Right, that's what I just said, though.
Okay, okay.
That's what I just said earlier.
Okay. Then all praises. We all on the same page.
Yeah, we all on the same page. Yeah,
maybe I wasn't hearing me, Salaki. All right, but yes, absolutely. That sounds like a perfect answer.
All praise.
So right here. Okay, so verse 14. But in the place which Yahweh shall choose in one of thy tribes, there thou shalt offer thy burnt offerings, and there thou shalt do all that I command thee. And so what I'm getting out of that is that he's already going to give us our land for our cities. Therefore, we stay within our boundaries, do what we're supposed to do on our land, we good. That's the place where any one of the places within the land in which he has given us, he will command us to have a place there for our burnt offerings that will be sanctified by one of the sons of the Lawaim. All right. So, notwithstanding that thou mayest kill and eat flesh in all thy gates, whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, according to the blessing of Yahweh thy Elohim, which he hath given thee, the unclean and the clean may eat thereof, as of the roebuck and as of the hart. Now, this is why this is one of those verses right here. I don't know if y'all was really paying attention to when Pastor Wilkins was on here with us, but not only in the book Caesar's Messiah, but there are other books when you look into the writings of these so-called church fathers and scholars and philosophers and whatnot. The information starts popping out that they was changing so much in this scripture that they couldn't keep up with what they were changing. So all throughout the word is the word of truth. But here and there, we're finding inconsistencies. The lying hand of a scribe or somebody from the fourth beast of Rome implementing their philosophy, putting in confusion. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, family, but last I knew, when we went through Leviticus, the Most High said, don't eat nothing unclean. So why is it 2 books later, Leviticus, Numbers, now we're in Deuteronomy, chapter 12, verse 15, notwithstanding thou mayest kill and eat flesh in all thy gates, whatsoever thy soul lusteth after. We're not supposed to be lusting in the first place. But whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, according to the blessing of Yahweh thy Elohim, trying to mix in according to what the Most High allows. And Yahweh thy Elohim, which he have given thee, the unclean and the clean may be eaten thereof, as of the roebuck and as of the hart. These are verses here that have confusion in them. When the Most High told us we wasn't supposed to come in contact with a dead body, a carcass.
Bro, I don't see it's not that I don't see the error. I see what you're seeing on the screen, but I don't see where it's conflicting or where it could have been changed or anything, bro. I mean, I'm looking at it and I understand what you just said about the carcass thing about not touching, but when we go to that scripture, it says of a man.
Right. I understand.
It says of a man, not of a. It doesn't just say no any dead body. It says of a man.
Right.
But with this right here, I mean, it's kind of. I mean, I don't understand where the confusion that of somebody could be pencil whipping this. I don't see. I mean, make me understand where it's pencil whipped at.
All right. So right here, you have this phrase right here. So, notwithstanding, thou mayest kill and eat flesh in all thy gates, whatsoever thy soul lusteth after. So, no matter what it is you want, you can have it. As you continue to read,
It says
according,
according.
that's right, according to the blessing of Yahweh thy Elohim, which he have given thee, the unclean and the clean may eat thereof.
That's what I'm saying. Bro. That's not saying that you can eat unclean. It's saying that he listed what's clean and what's not unclean.
Okay, if you see it that way, then okay.
No, I'm saying he said, therefore, look, that's what it's saying. It's saying, according to the blessing of Yahweh thy Elohim, which he has given thee. Okay, now when you see these two dots, it's when you see these two dots after D, that's saying now it's about to that's like equal or whatever. It's about to show you what has he given thee? Right. The clean and the unclean. He gave you what to eat and what not to eat.
Okay. I'm with that. I can flow with that. I can definitely receive that. I can definitely receive that as a correction to what it is I was seeing. I'm with that,
brother. It's all good. I mean, but that's why we just need to have these conversations when it's coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what this is all about. Ain't about no egos. Ain't about no pride. It's about us understanding this word.
I mean, the most I give the understanding, man. It's not exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's not me, bro.
No, that's right. All praise to the Most High. So only you shall not eat the blood. Ye shall pour it upon the earth as water. Thou mayest not eat within thy gates the tithe of thy corn, or of thy wine, or of thy oil, or the firstlings of thy herds, or of thy flock, nor any of thy vows which thou vowest, nor the free will offerings or heave offering of thine hand. But thou must eat them before Yahweh thy Elohim in the place which Yahweh thy Elohim shall choose. Thou and thy son and thy daughter, and thy manservant and thy maidservant, and the Lawaim that is within thy gates. And thou shalt rejoice before Yahweh thy Elohim in all that thou puttest thine hands unto. Take heed to thyself, that thou forsake not the Lawaim, as long as thou livest upon the earth. When Yahweh thy Elohim shall enlarge thy border, as he hath promised thee, and thou shalt say, I will eat flesh, because thy soul longeth to eat flesh. Thou mayest eat flesh, whatsoever thy soul lusteth after. If the place which Yahweh thy Elohim hath chosen to put his name there be too far from thee, then thou shalt kill of thy herd and of thy flock, which Yahweh hath given thee, as I have commanded thee, and thou shalt eat in thy gates whatsoever thy soul lusteth after. Now, the way I'm catching that is like, if Jerusalem is too far from you. Now, once again, we're not seeing the word Jerusalem right here anywhere in these scriptures, because they have not yet inherited the land. They have not yet set up, they haven't even divided the land amongst the tribes yet. All right? So, but these scriptures are alluding to and pointing out that there's going to be a place the Most High is going to set his name upon, that the main temple of the congregation, the main temple of the congregation is going to be at, where they're going to do all their burnt offerings and sacrifices. And the way that the scripture is reading, that I'm seeing, is that if Jerusalem is too far from you, to where you can't, take your sacrifices there, you can do those things where you're at. you can do these same things. And that's pretty impressive to go ahead and break it down like that, to let them know, like, look, you know what I'm saying? You can still do this. This law is not grievous. I'm not going to put something before you that you cannot perform, or that's above you that is just too hard for you to do. Remember, Yahushua even said, take my yoke, for my burden is light. And the Most High was trying to make sure that there was things that we was to understand in a way that was simple and easy for us. He tried to simplify even the law, the 10 commandments, and break it down into different situations. That's why we have the law, statutes, commandments, and judgments. All the statutes, commandments, and judgments are just different ways to clarify the 10 commandments. All right, it's not extra laws. There's not nothing extra about it. It's just clarifying. So that way there's no excuse to saying, well, I don't understand. Why can't I do it like this?
Right, and that's why I hate when people say it's 616 laws and all that stuff. That,
The 613.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But it's just what you just said. It's not all that. It's what, you know what I'm saying? Because you had to have judgments after. You see what I'm saying? That's all it was saying. If this happened, and that happened, and this happened. That's not extra laws. That's just you know what I'm saying, what it is, explaining or saying if this happened. It's showing you a direction how to do that law, you know what I'm saying, or how to correct that law. You know what I'm saying? That's what David and them had to use David and Solomon them had to use when they was judging people. They had to go down and say, okay, if it went this way, if it went that way, if it went that way. But I hate when people say, oh, it was 16, we can't keep all them laws, and I'm like, what laws? They real simple. They not grievous. You know what I mean?
Thanks. Yeah, we that hard-headed people. We'll come up with some excuses quick, like, won't we?
Facts, and I think that's why he had to give all of if that happened, if this happened, if that, because he knew we was hard-headed.
Exactly.
We try any kind of way to get out of it.
And so so me and Bro Straight Like That was chopping it up and talking with Mr. Yacoba last night. We was having our own little private conversation, about the Feast of Unleavened Bread and different dietary things and stuff like that. And it dawned on me. The Spirit, hit me with something. Was like, why the Most High told us to get the leaven out of our house during the Feast of Unleavened Bread? Because we were so hard-headed and stiff-necked, and we had an obedience issue. If you get all the leaven out your house, it removes the temptation up out of your face.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that way, it didn't have to be something to where like it was so hard for us to do that we had the temptation in front of us. Yeah, I'm waiting for your device to fully connect on through, and I'll go ahead and pull you back on in.
Right, but that's just like trying to quit. That's why that's like trying to quit drugs or something like that. You don't want to have the paraphernalia with you. You don't want to see the lighter. You don't want to see, you don't want to see nothing that makes you used to. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get off of something, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to have You don't want to have something that's easy access. You want to have it to a way to where like you can catch your head and be like, nah, that's not what I do no more. Or no, I quit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to have if you have the bread in your house, you know what I'm saying? It may not be you that slip up, but it might be somebody else walking to the slip up. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like, it's funny you bring up that because right before the Feast of Unleavened Bread, my wife had just bought two big things of bread, 2 big loaves of bread, bro. And what happened was, she was like, we gonna try to eat all this bread before, you know what I'm saying? Before the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm like, ain't enough miles in here to get rid of that bread that quick, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so I made me some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and stuff like that and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get rid of the bread, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't get rid of the bread, long story short. So my wife was like, well, just go stick it in the freezer. I said, I'm not sticking that in the freezer. I said, somebody gonna eat that. I'm not sticking that in the freezer. And then, you know what I said? I said, she said, well, I just don't want to throw it away. And I said, well, you know what? I'll give it to a homeless person or something like that. I'm gonna stick it in my truck. And I'll give it to a homeless person. Man, I got to when I got right when I stuck it in my truck and I shot out to go to work, my whole book bag fell on top of the bread. Like the Most High was like saying like, and mush the bread up. Like don't even give that to like you know what I'm saying? Like don't even give that to a homeless person because you're gonna be giving them. I don't want nobody eating no leaven. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow. So I said, I had to take it out. I had to take the bread out of my truck and just throw it in my trash can outside my house to get for the trash people to take it. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like he just really didn't want that to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yo,
like
hey man, that's beautiful right there.
all praises, man. All praises.
All right, so let's see here. Verse 22. Even as the roebuck and the hart is eaten, so thou shalt eat them. The unclean and the clean shall eat of them alike. See, this is what I'm talking about. Now how we going how we gonna get past this one? I mean it kind of makes it seem like I was writing what I was saying. So even as the roebuck and the hart is eaten, so thou shalt eat them. The unclean and the clean shall eat of them alike. I mean, only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh. So I'm on the same page with everybody as far as like not eating the blood, because life is in the blood.
Thanks.
I'm with you. All right. But we have this issue right here that is trying to tell us that we can still eat unclean animals as long as there's no blood in it. And so this is what I'm saying. Like this is one of those sentences, one of those verses that it sounds good, it kind of flows decent, things like that, and we just kind of can brush right on past it, right? If we're just reading, right?
Well, bro.
Go ahead.
This is what I want. Let's keep reading because see, I don't ever when I'm trying to prove something, I don't ever use no one sentence. That's just me. I hate when people do that. When people go to one little part of the, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures. I'm not saying you doing that. I'm saying this in general. You know, some people be trying to prove when they be trying to prove John 16, you know what I'm talking about, John 3:16, they just want to use that one sentence. I'd be like, come on, you gotta read the rest of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's read, but that's what I'm saying right here. We have to read the rest of this because I'm seeing thou should not eat it now. You see what I'm saying? At the bottom. So we gotta read everything.
Right. Okay.
I don't think that is just gonna be a contradictory of just one sentence. We gotta get the whole thing.
Okay, so right here. So only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh. Thou shalt not eat it. Thou shalt pour it upon the earth as water. Thou shalt not eat it, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, when thou shalt do that which is right in the sight of Yahweh. So only thy holy things which thou hast, and thy vows thou shalt take, and go unto the place which Yahweh shall choose. So once again, we're still being told within these verses that it's okay to eat the unclean meat as long as we pour the blood out as water. Don't eat the blood.
Let's keep going with it, brother. I'm pretty sure the word going to explain what's going on here.
Right.
We got to get better content.
Let's keep on going. But
I mean, yeah, we gonna take. I'm taking a mental note of it too, bro. I'm taking a mental note of it too.
We can't just let these things. We can't just That's like sweeping the floor and not hitting the corners.
Right, facts. Or sweeping the floors to leave the dirt that you swept up in the corner.
Right. Or you sweep the floor before you wipe the counters.
Right. Yeah. It can't be undone. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. It can't be undone like that. I don't
right. Like we just got to make sure we pay attention to these things. That's why I point them out. So so only thy holy things which thou hast and thy vows thou shalt take, and go unto the place which Yahweh shall choose. And thou shalt offer thy burnt offerings, the flesh and the blood, upon the altar of Yahweh thy Elohim, and the blood of thy sacrifices shall be poured out upon the altar of Yahweh thy Elohim, and thou shalt eat the flesh. observe and hear all the words which I command thee. All right, so observe, watch, and hear, watch and listen all the words which I command thee, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee forever, when thou doest that which is good and right in the sight of Yahweh thy Elohim. When Yahweh thy Elohim shall cut off the nations from before thee, whether thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them, and dwellest in their land. Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them, and after that they be destroyed from before thee, and that thou inquire not after their Elohim, saying, how did these nations serve their Elohim? Even so will I do likewise. See, this is one of those things where I go back into, some of these debates or these different things that I've had a chance to call out over on Coon Book here and there, like once again about the whole who is who thing and all of that. And so we're not supposed to act like the other nations. And one of the things that I was saying is, have we forgotten, or have we forgotten or not read Maccabees? How even those of the tribe of Yehuda had brought in traditions and rituals of the Grecians into Judea, or I said Yehudia. So they brought these Grecian traditions into Judea, these gymnasiums, this homosexuality, this naked wrestling, they're the nasty traditions and things like that, and trying to act like them. So this is why the Most High tried to warn us about these things all these centuries ago, before the book of Maccabees was ever written. He tried to tell us, like, look, don't do these things. So once again, this is another verse that when the Most High told us not to do something, it was not only a warning not to do it, but it was a warning that it was going to happen. Because when you keep going through the scriptures, you see that it ended up happening. So, thou shalt not do so unto Yahweh thy Elohim, for every abomination to Yahweh which he hateth have they done unto their Elohim. For even their sons and their daughters they have burnt in the fire to their Elohim. So that's that whole thing that they was sacrificing their children to Molech. Same was when, Mashah come down up off the mountain and saw the whole golden calf, and they sacrificing unto it, and man, all that foolishness. So, what things soever I command you, observe to do it. Thou shalt not add thereto, nor diminish from it. So that's another one. Don't add to this word, and don't take nothing from it. Second warning in the same book.
Hey, bro, what was that verse that we had just read that we had that problem, that glitch up at?
All right, yeah, let's go back to that.
I got
right here. So let's see right here. I guess you could probably start at verse 22.
Okay.
And for full context, sorry, family. Oh my goodness. Technical difficulties.
Okay, bro. Okay, so it is the 22.
Yeah, verse 22, and I would say you could probably just keep going down. Yep. Okay, so the 27. 22 to 27.
Okay, because what I'm getting of right here on my, because I just pulled it up. I wanted to see what it looked like in my KJV too. So in my KJV, it's the same thing that's like what I was saying about when it's saying, because now it's just, because see what is going, every time it's saying as the robot in the heart, it's basically referring to, that's how you're supposed to eat. You see what I'm saying? It's basically referring back to the law. That's like almost every time it's talking about you can eat whatever you lust after. Every time it say whatever thy soul lusts after, it say the roebuck in the heart, because it's reminding you that hey, the roebuck is clean and the heart ain't. You see what I'm saying? That's what it's doing. Every time you see the roebuck in the heart, is referring back to it's referring back to it's referring back to the law. It's referring back to saying what you can and can't eat, because both of those are, as one is clean and what is not. So it's saying it's saying it's giving you a shorter version every time, because every time lust after whatever thy soul lusts after, it's almost like reminding you to say, but keep the law now. Whatever you eat, you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting, because I'm looking at it right here in my KJV, and it's pulling up like that.
I hear you.
It's pulling up like that. It's pulling up. It's pulling up right at it's like almost right after it say that, bro. Right after it say lusted after or whatever. That's what pops. I mean, that's what come right after it. So I'm like, that's what I'm getting. I mean, I don't want to keep on going back and forth. We're not going back and forth. I just don't want to keep bringing that back up, because I just don't want us to. I want us to continue reading with a clear mind that, okay, look, that's solved. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just keep going and going and going and going like we. You know what I'm saying? Because this is it's kind of self-explanatory, but it's tricky. I see the wording. The wording is very, very tricky. That's why I pulled it up in my KJV to look at it with a closer eye on it. If that makes sense, brother. You
Right.
see what I'm talking about, though?
Right. I'm looking at what Brother Don P put in, or Uncle Don P put in here, found it. He said he gave instructions on what to sacrifice when they come into the land, but prior to entering the land and the place the Most High chooses to place his name, they could eat the unclean. I'm not quite for sure about that one.
I don't know about that one. Now,
I think quite for sure about that one.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure about that one either, bro. But you see but you do see what I mean, am I? Because I don't want to be sounding like I'm rambling and you're not getting what I'm saying.
Right. I mean, I'm with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I agree. I want us to all to understand the word. And I don't want to dwell on one verse so long that we don't get the full context understanding of what's being said. But I think it's important that while we're going through these things, we might want to put a pin in it, at least a pin in it, or to write these verses down, cross-reference them through the concordance, things like that. And
that's what I did, brother. That's what I did. That's why I just took it down, because I wanted to. That's why I brought it back up, because I just put my eyes on it to, you know what I'm saying, make sure that that's what the part we were struggling with.
Right. But all in all, the main understanding, all right, there's two parts. One, the word of truth is consistent. The Most High's word of truth is consistent and changes not.
Facts.
The Most High does not change at all. His word does not change. It's like shooting a forever bullet. And it's gonna keep on flowing straight. And can't no other anything outside, anything that is not within that word of truth, it will never catch it.
Facts.
It will never catch up to it. It can't match it. It ain't gonna hit the same mark, because it does not have the same ingredients. The Most High's word is true and consistent. Therefore, anything outside of that, we are seeing the lying hand of a scribe. These things, this understanding exists and existed. There were scribes that were unfaithful. There were scribes that were untrue, and they transliterated this word improperly. We cannot forget, family, do not forget Psalm 83. There are nations that don't want us to be a nation ever again. Therefore, in that same understanding, there are nations that don't want us to be a nation ever again. What nations were responsible for transliterating our Hebrew scrolls into other languages. Who did that? Now I know that we had some Hellenized Yahudim, that there's some evidence that shows that there was some Hellenized Yahudim that were Grecian citizens that transliterated the Hebrew scrolls into Greek, and that's how we get the Greek Septuagint, but then also transliterating it again into English, and there's still the concept, the same idea that inside these scriptures, the Most High points out Edom, it points out Moab, points out a couple other nations that do not want us to be a nation ever again. So that means they're going to do whatever it takes to put contention, confusion, all through our scriptures to keep us from waking up, or to try to keep us from waking up. But you know, the Most High was not going to let that fully ride like that, because we still woke up in the land of our captivity, and the word of truth is still right here in the KJV. It is still inside what they call the Bible, from cover to cover, going straight on through. The word of truth is still there. So there's no excuse to say, well, there's too many inconsistencies, I can't trust it. That's a lie. Don't fall for that. All right, because I heard that same foolishness back when I was a kid, back when I was in elementary school and middle school. People that said there's just too much inconsistencies throughout the King James Bible, so I'm not going to read it. I'm going to leave it alone. That's foolishness. Don't fall for that foolishness.
Right.
Let's keep it pushing, though.
Yeah, let's keep it pushing, bro.
Right. So chapter 13, if there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, whereof he speak unto thee, saying, let us go after other Elohim, which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, for Yahweh your Elohim proveth you to know whether ye love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart and with all your soul. And that explains itself. I ain't even got to break that down. Ye shall walk after Yahweh your Elohim, and fear him, and keep his commandments, and obey his voice. And ye shall serve him, and cleave unto him. And that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, shall be put to death. Anybody out here talking about we need to worship a different name or a different Elohim, that prophet should be put to death, because he have spoken to turn you away from Yahweh, your Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Mizraim and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which Yahweh thy Elohim commanded thee to walk in. So shalt thou put the evil away from the midst of thee. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, man, this verse is already going in. If thy brother, the son of thy mother, or thy son, or thy daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or thy friend, which is as thine own soul, entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other Elohim, which thou hast not known, thou nor thy fathers, namely the Elohim of the people which are round about you, nigh unto thee, or far off from thee, from the one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thine eye pity him, neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him, but thou shalt surely kill him. Thine hand shall be first upon him, to put him to death, and afterwards the hand of all the people. Wow. The Most High is not playing. He said you should be first in line to put hands on them. As soon as you hear it, you should be first in line to put your hands on them. And that
such thing is a such thing as what it is, righteous anger.
Hey, straight like that. You still with us, Ak? Because there was something my Ak was saying the other day, man. Like we was talking in private, but the thing he said, he was so on point. He's talking about somebody was saying something sideways or whatever. He said, "You better go find something safe to do." He said, "You better go find something safe to do. Like get from around me with all that foolishness and find something safe to do because you in some danger right now." Like, oh man, that's exactly what we seeing right here. And the Most High is not playing. Huh?
I mean, but I ain't gonna lie though, brother. Like when it comes to, oh man, look at this phone. I want to try to ring while I'm talking. But when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, people trying to, it's almost like when people do what this thing is talking about, you know, want to worship something else and whatnot. It's almost like it's almost like my hands, you know what I'm saying, my body, my mind, everything can get to moving before my mouth can get to moving. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think when you have that relationship with the Most High, you don't want him to be respected, you don't want him to be disrespected in your presence at all. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel this verse here. I mean, this chapter here where we just finished reading, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's even with my daughter, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's something, you know what I'm saying, if it's something that's going to disrespect the Most High, then I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, it's hard to control, man. It's hard to control. I can see this happening. You know what I'm saying? I can see how they, you know what I'm saying? Some people might say, man, it's a little bit far off, but nah. If all these people had that relationship, had that fire burning in them like how we as awakened Israelites have it, then I can see this easily being a family beatdown. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. And this is the same thing that the Most High is talking about with dealing with the rebels in the wilderness. Even
Facts. How those rebels gonna stand once we see once we see what he gonna do for us, what we don't deserve? How those rebels gonna stand in front of us? If they can't stand in front of us, even like right now, like talking about, you know what I mean?
Right.
On, man.
I mean, the rebels of our own nation. Once we get back in the land, I mean, after everything we done been through, like we're not going back. Ain't no going back. So we gonna go back to these ways, and we're gonna deal with things in this manner, because the Most High does not play like that. I'm waiting for straight like that device to connect back in. He's been having some internet trouble, so I want him to. I really do want you to comment, Ak. I want you. You say you better go find something safe to do. Oh, my brother, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all that was priceless. You just had to been there. So yeah, I'm hopefully next couple moments, your device will connect on in. I could pull you on in.
Hey, that's the same put hand on him that remember when we came through something when they was talking about laying hands on people, and then people thought they were talking about the pastors do lay hands. Now they was talking about laying hands on you. You heard me?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, did I not go into the concordance on that?
Yeah, you did. That's what I'm saying. I said that's the same type of way when they say putting all the people should put hands on them. You know what I'm saying?
Man, like everywhere. Doesn't matter if it was in First Testament or Second Testament. When it come to laying hands on somebody, there is not one. Well, there was like only very, very few had anything to do with healing.
Like they weren't talking about. They were talking about if a bro got a demon in him, to lay hands on him wasn't putting no oil on him. Lay hands on him was beat him down. You hear me?
Right. That spirit gonna leave. That notion is gonna leave your scalp today.
Facts.
You fixing to find out right now. That way of thinking ain't gonna fly around here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was oh man, I'm telling y'all, dig into the concordance.
I mean, but this proves that's exactly what I was talking about. This proves it right there.
Right, absolutely. Like the Most High went down the line.
Yeah, this
brother, son,
right,
mother,
right.
Thy brother, the son of thy mother, your son, your daughter, your wife, your best friend, or whatever.
Your granny, your grandmammy,
who it is. It don't matter who it is. If they try to get you to turn from the Most High and to worship another name or other ways, you should be first. And thou shalt not consent unto him, nor hearken unto him, neither shall thine eye pity him. Like, I'm not going to be soft on you for what I'm fixing to do. I'm not going to hold back for what I'm fixing to do, because you just stepped so far out of line that there's no going back.
Right.
Neither shalt thou spare. Neither shalt thou spare. Neither shalt thou conceal him. You ain't gonna hide him away. Like, look, I can't let nobody find out you said that.
Rex, nah. Bring him up.
What's wrong with you? You can't talk like that. I can't let nobody find out you talk like that. No. But thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him.
Rex.
He said your hand should be first upon them. All right, there we go. Come on in, now. So straight like that, like so. What was we talking about the other day when you said something like better go find something safe to do?
Man, I had said that a couple times, bro.
I know, man, but like
he just randomly said.
Yeah, man. Man, it's technical difficulties got me kind of big right now, man.
Don't even sweat.
I had to disconnect and reconnect like 5 or 6 times. Y'all still couldn't hear me. It's all good though.
There was a point that you was getting into your refrigerator or something that I had to go ahead and mute you.
Yeah, it's all good, man. I'm back in the room now.
All right. Yeah, so this right here just, oh man, Abba is not playing. He said, thou shalt surely kill him. Thy hand shall be first upon him to put him to death. And afterwards, go ahead.
Anytime somebody doing something they ain't got no business doing, regardless of what it is, you got to go tell them. But you better go find something safe to do.
I'm real.
I can't help it, bro. I can't help it. All my peoples from the block, I know y'all feel that. I know y'all felt that in your bone marrow. All right, so it's like,
real, man.
I can't help it. Like I try to told y'all, like, man, like when you come from the block and you start learning this and you start changing your ways, but there's still that ferocity you see in the Most High that still lines right up with something that's always just been at the essence of your core. You may have got rid of all the filth out your life, but there's still something that's just raw about the essence of who you are that lines up with the spirit of the Most High. And when you start seeing it in scripture, it's just like, oh man, all praises. You can't help it.
That's real.
You can't help it.
That's real, bro.
And thou shalt stone him with stones that he die, because he have sought to thrust thee away from Yahweh the Elohim, which brought thee out of the land of Mizraim, from the house of bondage. And all Yasharal shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this is among you. If thou shalt hear say in one of thy cities, which Yahweh the Elohim hath given thee to dwell there, saying, certain men, the children of Belial, are gone out from among you and have withdrawn the inhabitants of your city, saying, let us go and serve other Elohim which ye have not known, Then shalt thou inquire and make search and ask diligently, and behold, if it be truth and the thing certain, that such abomination is wrought among you, thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof with the edge of the sword. So the Most High just said, if the children of Belial, the children of the devil, are gone out into one of your cities, in your nation, in your lands, and you hear, it's just hearsay that, man, I heard that one of the people of Manasseh, or whatever, one of the tribes of Manasseh, one of the cities of Manasseh over there. This is just an example. It could be any tribe, any tribe. Man, I done heard that one of them cities over there, Belial done got up in there, and they serving somebody else now over in that city. And it's by hearsay that you find out about this. The Most High said you need to diligently find out if it's true that the whole city has turned over and start serving another Elohim. The Most High said that thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of that city with the edge of the sword. So the whole city's got to go. You're going to have to do unto them as unto Jericho. You're going to have to do unto them as one of the cities that they destroyed everything and touched nothing. That means you don't take no cattle. You don't take no livestock. You don't take nothing. You don't touch none of their gold, none of their material things, whatever it is. Okay, right here. Right, let's let the word speak. I just saw spoil right here. And thou shalt gather all the spoil. Okay. I was wrong. And thou shalt gather all the spoil of it into the midst of the street. Okay. Thereof, and thou shalt burn it with. Okay, so now I
was about to say, nah, you weren't wrong. We talked about that last time because it's cursed. We know it's cursed.
Right. And all the spoil thereof, every whit, so every bit of it, for Yahweh thy Elohim, and it shall be an heap forever, and it shall not be built again. So every bit of property, every bit of gold, everything gets burnt, and it's to be left there as a heap, and the whole place is to not be built up ever again. That's told y'all, man. The Most High is not playing. I don't know where these so-called Christians get off with all this stuff that the law was done away with, when the Most High does not change. And that we got all this hyper grace and everything else, all this hyper grace and freedom in Christ, when that is not what Christ said. That is not what the Most High says. So in all actuality, all them cities over there, they all gonna fry.
Now, this ain't thus says the Lord, but this is just Harry shooting something out there. Now, this is hearing this and what we've been studying for the last few weeks with this cursed stuff and whatnot, and how the Most High don't even have nothing for anything that's been cursed or been sacrificed up or whatever. Now, this kind of makes me think that I don't think, because a lot of people think we're gonna get our reparations with their money or with something that's from over here. I don't think that. You hear me? I think that it's gonna have to be some type of something different. Maybe it's gold, maybe it's something else. But I don't think that it's gonna be. I don't see it being. I don't see us getting our reparations paid with the, you know what I'm saying, with the strip club dollar bills. I don't see that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that because that's cursed money. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't see that. I don't see, you know what I'm saying, anything that's coming from where they spilled all this blood at. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be something. Like I said, it may be gold, but then even with that, he said he don't even want them people gold. So I don't know what it's gonna be, but kind of reading through this, it just kind of makes me think that I don't think they're gonna write a check like that. You know what I mean?
I hear you. That's pretty interesting.
And that's why I say this. That's why I say this. Not thus says the Lord. I'm saying, right. I'm just looking at, because the Most High don't change. I'm looking at this situation here and kind of maybe kind of try to analyze it to, so I'm just shooting that. This is just Harry thinking out loud.
Right. And see that goes into reminding us about this idea about the great substance that we're gonna come out with.
Facts.
All right. So not only did we talk about this back with Jasher and Jubilees and everything, that we end up pulling up that scripture and just kind of cross-referencing some things, but that great substance that we're going to come out with is the knowledge of what it is that we do.
I agree with that. I think
all the inventions, everything that we've learned to do construction wise, holistic medicine, nursing, being a doctor, teaching, mechanics, engineering, architecture, carpentry, you name it, all these skills.
Facts, because they don't do it over there in the continent. They don't have stuff that because see, the stuff that we think that's just, oh, this is just my crappy job and I know what I'm, you know what I'm saying? But you don't even know that your crappy job that you learned over here, that could be a whole business in the continent because ain't nobody doing it.
Right.
Ain't nobody at all doing it. You know what I'm saying? When I talk to Sharita and she tells me the stuff that they, you know what I'm saying, that like, she's like, yo, this stuff is certain things is just wide open. Certain things is just, certain lanes is just wide open.
Man, I caught something over on IG like not too long before going live, and man, it was something from one of our brothers back home. They was, I don't know, it seemed like there was some people around him and they were having like their own little discussion, and they was talking about how, saying that, they need to get us out of here and bring us home.
Right. Yeah.
And propose the question saying all these other nations, they come to Africa, they take things, they, gather resources, they take it back to their countries and bless their countries with what it is that they found out, or with whatever it is they've taken back from Africa. And they come back and they do it over and over again. But who's the one people that's not a common reoccurrence with? It's us.
Thanks.
We're the ones at the lowest part of the total pole, where not enough of us get to go home, see home, and even if we did end up learning something, whatever, where are we going to take it to? We don't have a home. Our home is Africa. And that's what the brother was saying. He was like saying, we don't have no home over here, anywhere abroad. This is not our home. Africa is our home. So we need to bring us back, because we are the only people that are going to, that have at least some kind of love for our own people, to the extent that when we invest into our people and start seeing the beauty in the investment of our own people, where are we going to take it to? Nowhere else. We're going to keep it and maintain it within our people.
Facts. And how you know this ain't our neighborhoods and none of that stuff? Who own the stores on the corner?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Surely ain't us. I mean, there's some brothers and sisters out there that may have, a little small corner store or whatever, but it's not like that. Nowhere near. All right, so we got 2 more verses right here, though. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So once again, the Most High said to destroy all of that. If the sons of Belial or the children of Belial were to work iniquity inside one of our cities and convert a whole city over into some foolishness, into folly, and it be by hearsay that we find out about it, we're supposed to diligently find out to see if it's true. And if it is true, we're supposed to destroy that whole city, heap all the gold and everything, kill all the cattle, all the livestock, kill it all, and then take all the property, put it out in the streets, set it all on fire, and make the whole city a heap, and leave it there and it shall not be built again. And there shall cleave not the cursed thing to thine hand. So don't take nothing, don't touch nothing. that Yahweh may turn from the fierceness of his anger and show thee mercy, and have compassion upon thee, and multiply thee as he hath sworn unto thy fathers. When thou shalt hearken to the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim, to keep all his commandments which I command thee this day, to do that which is right in the eyes of Yahweh thy Elohim. So even as chapter 13 finishes off, I command thee this day to do that which is right in the eyes of Yahweh thy Elohim. So I don't understand, even to this day, where these so-called Christians, whether they be of our nation that still have this Eurocentric Christian understanding, or whether they be the Gentile Eurocentric Christians, have they not read this?
Facts.
Did they? I mean, because they're still trying to justify that the law is done away with, and that that they have grace and freedom in Christ. And I'm sorry, that's not what the Most High said.
That's that. And look, the Most High said. The word says that what Devontae Wilder said. Remember, to this day.
To this day.
To this day. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's right. To this day.
To this day.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we need to do what is right in the eyes of the Most High, not what is right in the eyes of man. Fact. No matter what they look like. All right. So, chapter 14, ye are children of Yahweh. Man, beautiful already. Ye are the children of Yahweh, your Elohim. Ye shall not cut yourselves, nor make any baldness between your eyes for the dead. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy Elohim. And Yahweh hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. What? Hold on. See, look. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. Clear cut. Last chapter, we had some confusion in that.
And that's what, and brother, and that's why I don't think they was eating it.
And see, this is what I'm saying, though. Like,
when
we had Pastor Wilkins on, like I said, these different books, some of these different so-called Grecian and Roman philosophers, they admitted that they was changing so much inside our scriptures that they couldn't even keep up with everything that they was changing. So we have to keep that in mind, that these heathens, remember, Second Maccabees chapter, First Maccabees chapter 2 and 48, or Second Maccabees 2 and 48 says, wherein the heathen had looked into the book of the law and sought to paint the likeness of their images. So therefore, that should help us further understand that the heathen had sought to change the likeness of not just their images of who looks like who in this word, but what the word even says to anybody that reads it. To change it from its original understanding and change it into a Grecian Roman book of philosophy. They wanted to usurp the knowledge and wisdom and claim it as their own. So, but they couldn't even keep up with everything that they was changing. And the Most High did not let them change everything.
Bro, read the rest of this, bro, because this is gonna answer your questions, because we something that we was getting twisted up is revealing itself right here in this thing. Continue reading it, brother.
All right. So thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, and the goat, the hart and the roebuck, and the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the.
Stop right there, bro. Stop right there. See what I'm saying right there? See, I said the hart and the roebuck right there.
Mm-hmm.
When I said, I misspoke when I said that earlier. I said the hart was something that we wasn't supposed to eat. I knew from a buck that buck was gonna be something that But the whole time it was saying that this is things that we can eat. So when it was referring, every time it kept saying even the heart and the roebuck, it was referring to the law. You get it?
I hear you.
Even the heart and the roebuck. That means it was That means exactly that it was referring to the law. It was saying it was maybe it was saying that it was saying the heart and the roebuck mean that it was clean, because right here it's saying that this is what you can eat. So basically, if it kept saying that, it wasn't saying that it wasn't saying that they was eating unclean stuff. They were saying that they was saying that, yeah, you could eat what you want, referring back to the law. And this is a part of the law right here where it's telling you the heart and the roebuck. So that's what I was saying that it's saying. So it's not a miss thing right here. It's a buck. Yeah, that's what it is. So I was trying to figure out what a heart is. I didn't know what a heart was.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Like an elk. Heart.
Oh, so it's talking about deer then. It's
talking about like a deer and like an elk. Yeah, like almost like a moose almost. I wouldn't say a moose really, but I mean, but you obviously see that looks like a deer. It looks like an antelope. It looks like,
Thanks.
I
mean, but that shows you right there though, because we already know that who was Isaac? Isaac was eating venison, so we know that. You know what I'm saying? That would make sense. But when I saw heart, I thought heart was a rabbit for some reason. So that's why I was thinking, and in my head I was thinking like, no, that's got to be. But it still was meaning the same thing what I was saying, because that's what I was looking at the way it was being written, because it was being written for a shard of something. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So the hart and the roebuck and the fallow deer and the wild goat and we're going to have to look this one up. The pygard. Let me see here. I'm about to pull this one on up. All right, so make sure y'all can see that.
Another deer-like animal.
Yeah.
Like a goat almost. Now, see, but you know what's going to be so beautiful when we go back to the land, because we don't see this animal in America nowhere. So
nowhere.
So I guess that's another cut at your boy talking about the land we live in, because clearly we don't see them nowhere around here.
No, none of that. And see, look at these horns though too. These are some of the horns that they be making shofars out of.
Facts, yo, yeah, you're right. Yes, exactly what it is.
And so there was somebody, I can't remember what study it was. Somebody was saying that one of these animals, that with these curly horns like this, it's a hybrid. There's a hybrid creature, and they be making shofars out of their horns. And being that it's a hybrid, we ain't supposed to be using it.
Right. So I'm guessing this must be the pure animal then, right?
I'm not quite for certain, but I would hope so. I can only say I hope.
Right.
Only because mainly because of what we've been talking about with, the lying hand of the scribe. You just got to pay attention, look into these things, study to show yourself approved. You know what I'm saying? Proverbs 25:2, for it is the glory of the Most High to conceal a thing, but it is the honor of kings to search a matter out. Therefore, search the matter out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So right here, and the pygard and the wild ox and the chamois or chamois or whatever. I'm not familiar with that one either. So might take a look at that one too.
What you got straight like that, man?
Man, I'm just listening to y'all, bro. Waiting for my turn to jump in.
Hey man, anytime. You should you
Yeah,
already know. All right, so I hope y'all can see this. Like, okay, I'm seeing on my phone now.
Another horned animal.
Yep, definitely another horned animal. Got some strange looking horns though too.
Yeah, some funny looking.
Them
Definitely.
horns, they don't even, man. But they pointy though. They ain't playing. If that thing go to yank up on your guts, it's a wrap.
So GMO horns.
You said GMO horns. Oh my goodness. But
Reindeer looking horn.
Like I said, I wasn't familiar with this term, wasn't familiar with this animal. It's my first time actually seeing one of these. So,
and I'm gonna bet my bottom dollar that animal is found on the continent too.
Possibly, I would have to say so. Like, let's see here. Either of two species of goat-like animal belonging to the family of the Bovidale order. I don't know I can't pronounce that, so I'm not even gonna try. They are native to the mountains of Europe and the Middle East. The two species are the Pyrenean chamois or chamois, and that Latin stuff right there that I'm impressed with, which is found in the Cantabrian Mountains, Pyrenees, and the Central Apennines, and the chamois, which is distributed from the Western Alps and the Tatra Mountains to the Caucasus, or the Caucasus in northern Turkey. So interesting.
Very interesting.
So, but regardless, it didn't say nothing about on North America.
All right, facts. Facts.
So, yeah, once again, yeah. The scriptures is straight up saying that this ain't the land. So, all right, let's get back in it. All right, so right here. And every beast that parteth the hoof and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, and ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them that chew the cud, or them that divide the cloven hoof, as the camel and the hare. So we getting some more Leviticus back up in here.
Well, she said that's what I thought. That must have been the rabbit one that I thought that started with an H, the hare. I got that in the heart mixed up.
The coonie or the coney, for they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof. Therefore they are unclean unto you. And the swine, because it divideth the hoof, yet cheweth not the cud, it is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass. Oh my God. These ye shall eat of, that they are in the waters. All that have fins and scales shall ye eat. So once again, family, take a look at these verses, cross-reference these things. The reason why this is part of the consistency of what the Most High is saying, of what to eat, what not to eat, as far as animals go and things like that. And once again, it is strange. It is unclean unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcass.
That's facts. That's facts.
These, yes,
the pork chops and them shrimps, all that. You're not even supposed to be touching that.
Jules B says the chamois, aka gazelle.
Right, so that's Africa.
Gazelle, according to the Strong's Concordance. Okay.
We know a gazelle, that's in Africa. We know that. So basically, it's just a funny name for a gazelle then?
Right. These you shall eat of all that are in the waters, All that have fins and scales shall ye eat, and whatsoever hath not fins and scales ye may not eat. It is unclean unto you. Of all clean birds ye shall eat, but these are they of which ye shall not eat: the eagle, and the ossifrage, and the osprey, and the glede, and the kite, and the vulture after his kind, and every raven after his kind, and the owl, and the nighthawk, and the cuckoo, and the hawk after his kind, the little owl, and the great owl, and the swan, and the pelican, and the gyre eagle, and the cormorant, and the stork, and the heron after her kind, and the lapwing, and the bat, and every creeping thing that flieth is unclean unto you. They shall not be eaten. But of all clean fowls ye may eat. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it. Oh man, I don't even know how to address that one for real, for real. I'm just keeping always normal with y'all, all right? Because like,
I mean, that's clear that you don't want to eat something that died of itself, because that means it was sick, clearly.
Right. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself. Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates, that he may eat it. Or thou mayest sell it unto an alien, someone that's just not from your nation, and they just passing on through or whatever. For thou art an holy people unto Yahweh thy Elohim. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. So you won't boil a goat or a sheep in his mother's milk, or to cook it in milk, or in the same milk of that animal. Thou shalt truly tithe all the increase of thy seed, that the field bringeth forth year by year. And thou shalt eat before Yahweh thy Elohim in the place which he shall choose to place his name there. The tithe of thy corn, which should be thy wheat, of thine wine, and of thine oil, and the firstlings of thy herds and of thy flocks, that thou mayest learn to fear Yahweh thy Elohim always. And if the way be too long for thee, so that thou art not able to carry it, or if the place be too far from thee, if Yahweh thy Elohim shall choose to set his name there, when Yahweh thy Elohim have blessed thee, then thou turn it into money, and bind up the money in thine hand, and shalt go unto the place which Yahweh thy Elohim shall choose. And thou shalt bestow that money for whatsoever thy soul lusteth after, for oxen, or for sheep, or for wine, or for strong drink, and for whatsoever thy soul desireth. And thou shalt eat there before Yahweh thy Elohim, and thou shalt rejoice, thou and thine household. So, and I know it's got a comma right there. So it's saying if it's too far to carry whatever, sell whatever it is that you was going to bring, sell it, and bring that money to the place. Yeah, I knew you was gonna pop right back on in. Like, it's like, yeah, I know, Jules B. That's cold. Like, you can't eat it, but give it to the stranger or to the alien.
I mean, somebody probably gonna eat it. So I mean, so I'm guessing he's saying to make sure Israel don't eat it. You know what I'm saying? But somebody, if it's there, I guess he's saying like somebody don't eat it, but let's make sure our people don't eat it.
Right. Then Uncle Don P was like, think about how they have been doing us for all these years. Keep that in mind. The chitlins and all that other nasty stuff.
Facts.
All that from chattel slavery, from antebellum slavery and everything. They used to give us the scraps and all the bad parts. So we definitely wasn't supposed to be eating, period, hands down. But they if we wanted to have anything to eat, we had to eat that which was completely unclean.
Facts.
So
so Uncle Don P, they did it to us. I get it.
Right, they did. So when you look into the book of Ezekiel, and the Most High told Ezekiel to make a bread cake or a cake out of the dung of the humans. He's like, I'm not. He's like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that. He says, okay. Or then make one from the dung of that oxen or that cow over there, and eat it, because that's the same as what y'all going to be eating. That's
wow.
Similar.
Wow.
We like it's just, man. It's crap. It's garbage.
Right. I get it. I get it. That's why I said, wow. I get it.
Right. Like, we're not supposed to be eating that in the first place, but that is equivalent to what we are going to end up eating. It's things that we should not be eating, period. Like that garbage disposal meat, them ocean roaches and swine.
Thanks.
All that.
That's deep. That's deep. I didn't even think of that Ezekiel like that. That's deep. I'm out. You going? But which one is that? I'm gonna have to go check that out later, brother.
I mean, I would just say, look, just restart. I can't.
Yeah, I thought about it. It might just be more. It might take me on a trip to just.
You might even Google that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
might just take me on a trip. I need to go back and just read that whole Ezekiel again anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good book to read. It really, really is. I remember the first time I actually read that one all the way through, I was reading it from the Sefer.
Yeah, my daughter asked about Ezekiel a couple of days ago anyway, so I think we might just go ahead and read that all the way through again.
All praises, all praises. Just sit down with Naya and just go ahead and read it.
Yeah.
And then, like, every time y'all don't understand something, look it up.
Look it up. Yeah, like I'm about to start doing what you be doing, brother.
Look it on up. Pull the concordance, all those things. Show her, teach her how to do those same things. That way, if she's reading or whatever, she's already got the instruction on. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't understand this word. I'm gonna look it up.
Facts.
There you go. All praises to the Most High Yah.
All praises.
All right. So, and thou shalt rejoice, thou and thy household, and the Lawaim that is within thy gates. Thou shalt not forsake him, for he hath no part nor inheritance with thee. And at the end of 3 years, thou shalt bring forth all the tithe of thine increase the same year, and shalt lay it up within thy gates, and the Lawaim, because he hath no part nor inheritance with thee, and the stranger, and the fatherless, and the widow, which are within thy gates, shall come and shall eat and be satisfied, that Yahweh thy Elohim may bless thee in all the work of thine hand which thou doest. See, this right here is that verse again that reminds us this is one of the things that we are supposed to be doing.
Thanks.
So how are we going to continue to focus so hard on who we are and not think or not focus on what we're supposed to be doing? We got to get back to the way of how we're supposed to be doing things. All right. So take a look in the chat right quick. That, and I wanted to make sure Bro Straight like that's device connected back on in. Thank you, sis.
Oh, and another thing too about this tithe thing kind of brought out about pastors shouldn't just be telling you bring your money and take your money like that, because we just found out that they only used the money or converted that money when you couldn't bring everything that you had.
Right.
So it wasn't just a, you know what I'm saying? You know how these pastors be trying to make it like it's a money scheme, you know what I'm saying? But really it was supposed to be to feed people. And if you couldn't bring what you had to convert. That's when you went into certain currencies or whatever.
Right. You go ahead and sell what it was you was gonna
Right.
bring, turn it into money, go to the city, buy it, and
Right.
then do it.
Facts. Not take your money.
Right. Right. Presently, where our people live now, they sell dated meat, dairy, and produce to us in the place we live. Out, outdated, or yeah. Oh, you all good, Ock. Let's see here. Trying to look back up through some of these. Agile goat, antelope, short hooked horns, found in mountain areas of Europe from Spain to the Caucasus. Yeah. He said that's a red letter rap. Oh, goodness. All right. So, yeah, I'm just looking back up through some of these comments to make sure if there's anything I missed that was pertaining to something we was talking about. And if we needed to bring it back on up, kind of go on into it, see if there's any kind of questions or anything so far. No,
You know the chat be popping, man. The chat always got stuff going on in the chat.
Show do. All right, so I think we broke everything down so far in chapter 14, so much so that we end up losing some people. All right, so chapter 15, at the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release, and this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth out unto his neighbor shall release it. He shall not exact it of his neighbor or of his brother, because it is called Yahweh's release.
Time out.
Yeah.
Over here in America, we got if you got debt or whatever, credit debt or something like that, they start you over in 7 years. They got that from us.
Yep.
That's in our law book. Man, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we brought that out in Joshua, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much. Yeah, there's so much they stole from us. And once again, that's part of the whole European, Grecian, Roman agenda was to usurp the scriptures, appropriate it, and then market it as their idea, their philosophy, and their way, their understanding, and that we're supposed to look at our own scriptures through their lens and through their philosophy and their understanding. So that's why I be saying every now and again on certain posts, I'll be like hashtag Hebrews think Hebraically, not as heathens.
Facts. I like
you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not supposed to look at things like that. We're supposed to look at things Hebraically. And we're supposed to teach other people to look at things Hebraically as well. That's how we become a light unto them. They need to see things for how they truly, really are, and not through the facade of some other understanding. And that's why we're not warned against the flesh and blood of the person. We're warned against the ideas, the thought processes, and once again, the way they function or the lack thereof. It's not the person I'm at war with. It's how they think and how they believe and how they operate. And trying to help them, unlearn and relearn, just like we're unlearning and relearning.
Bro, not to cut you off, but didn't Jacob work for 7 years too for Laban?
Yeah, he worked for 14 years.
I think this kind of go deep then.
Oh yeah,
think about it.
The first 7 years he worked.
He worked.
He was trying to work for Rachel, but he got Leah. He had to work 7 more years.
4 years, right?
And then get Rachel.
Right. That I just thought about that because I'm like, dang, he said that's the Lord's release. You heard me? And it's like, pretty much like the whatever you owe somebody should be done by 7 years. Right, there we go. That's right. I just think it's deep. That's real deep, man. I mean, this Deuteronomy coming out swinging, y'all.
Oh yeah, sure do, man. It sure do. Like everything the Most High gave us come out swinging.
Right,
As
right,
long as we sit down and just take our time with it, we can start seeing. We start seeing these punches like Abba was not playing.
right. But I don't think we duck out. I think this Deuteronomy hitting us all in the face. I think you know
Oh
what I'm
man.
saying?
All right. So of a foreigner thou mayest exact it again, but that which is thine with thy brother, thine hand shall release. Save when, save or except when, that's what that right there save is, save or except, or in the case of, when there shall be no poor among you. For Yahweh shall greatly bless thee in the land which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it. Stop. Before we even go to that part, let's go back. All right? Because there's something that was just said right here. Save when, except when there shall be no poor among you. Don't let that slide past your face, family. We're not supposed to have poor. We're not supposed to be poor.
Oh, that's deep. I just caught it, bro. That's deep. So basically,
Everything that we do every year is supposed to be for the benefit of one another. We're supposed to judge the cause of the widow, the fatherless, and the poor. And what does that mean, to judge their cause? To make the equity right.
right.
To
So
make it right.
So
So they're
basically,
not poor.
right. So basically, we shouldn't be saving if we got poor people amongst us.
Right. We're supposed to make sure that there are no poor people in our gates.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep.
That's part of the whole covenant about the way, everything about the way to love your neighbor as you love yourself. How are you going to say you love your neighbor as you love yourself if you have poor people in your gates? Then you don't love your neighbor. You don't love the people in your gates if you got poor people in your gates and can't have what you got. I mean, it's powerfully right there in front of our faces.
Right, that's deep.
Uh-oh.
Straight like that.
So
Yeah, caught you snoozing. Love you, Ock, though. It's all good, man. I understand. Like we talked about this earlier on. It's all good, Ock. You could have been anywhere. You still with us, Ock.
Thanks.
At least the word is marinating inside you. That's what's up.
Meditating on it, man.
Meditating on it. I'm with it. All right. So let's read this again. Save when there shall be. Well, let's go back on up for context. So at the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release. And this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth out unto his neighbor shall release it. And he shall not exact it of his neighbor or of his brother, because it is called Yahweh's release. Of a foreigner, thou mayest exact it. But that which is thine with thy brother, or with thine brother, thine hand shall release it. Save when there shall be no poor among you. For Yahweh shall greatly bless thee in the land which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it. Only if thou carefully hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim to observe to do all these commandments which I command thee this day. For Yahweh thy Elohim blesseth thee, and he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations, but thou shalt not reign over thee, but they shall not reign over thee. All right, so if there be among you a poor man, one of thy brethren, within any of thy gates in thy land, which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee, thou shalt not harden thine heart, nor shut thine hand from thy poor brother, but thou shalt open thine hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need, and that which he wanteth. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year of release, is at hand, and thine eye be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him not, and he cry unto Yahweh against thee, and it be sin unto thee. See? Even right there, breaking it even is still explaining that we're not supposed to withhold any good thing from the poor. And we're supposed to open our hand wide unto the poor. So that way that they're not in a place of want anymore. That we're supposed to help all people, especially our own brethren, our brothers and sisters, get into a place of self-sufficiency. So that way we're all doing as we're supposed to. So that way when it comes time for the Feast of First Fruits or every feast that we're supposed to have, everybody, it's that much more first fruit, that much more of the best of the best. Because if you got poor people within your gates, that's less people that can provide the best of the best. When you have no poor people within your gates and everybody is self-sufficient or everybody's sufficient on the same level, that means everybody has that opportunity to bring those first fruits. And that's that much more of the best for everybody.
Right. And I think that's what was going on. Remember when Solomon was king. Remember they said that the people in the gates of Solomon, they disregarded I think it was talents or something that was on the ground or whatever. But they said that was like worth like $5-10 that they would just, you know what I'm saying, they don't even want that. You know what I'm saying? But I forget how much it was, the exact number, don't quote me on it, but I know it was a lot of money that they would post that they was prospering so much under Solomon that people wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, people was doing so good that they wasn't tripping off of somebody dropping some money. It wasn't nobody scrambling for no nothing on the ground, you know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing that this part right here is showing you of how that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure Solomon put eyes on this. That's probably what he used to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's beautiful that you brought that out and explained that too.
All praise to the Most High. I just remember. I don't know who brought it out. Somebody brought it out, and I end up reading it. But
Right.
I don't know what a talent, but it was some type of money that was dropped on the ground. That it was like they were saying they was trying to show how rich how rich Jerusalem was when he was running it. It was like, man, people in Jerusalem don't even pay attention to that silver on the ground. You know what I mean? Like other people, they let other people fight over it, but they wasn't fighting over it.
So then right here, thou shalt surely give him, and thine heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him. Because for this thing, Yahweh thy Elohim shall bless thee in all thy works, in all that thou puttest thine hand unto. So keep that part in mind as well. For the poor shall never cease out of the land. Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thine hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land. All right. And I think there's a reason why the Most High is saying that the poor shall never cease. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, we're constantly on our toes about this. That we're constantly doing what is right in the sight of the Most High, and He's constantly testing our hearts over this same matter to make sure that we're generous in all that we do. You know, to the poor, to the widow, to the fatherless. All right. So, and if thy brother, an Hebrew man or an Hebrew woman, be sold unto thee and serve thee 6 years, then in the 7th year thou shalt let him go free from thee. And when thou sendest him out free from thee, thou shalt not let him go away empty. Thou shalt furnish him liberally out of thy flock, and out of thy floor, and out of thy winepress, of that wherewith Yahweh thy Elohim hath blessed thee, thou shalt give unto him. Now keep that part in mind right quick. Let's go ahead and expound on that, because that goes right back into right here. So if a Hebrew man or Hebrew woman is sold unto thee, it's almost the same as having poor, except for this person that is so poor is now a servant unto you. And that in the 7th year of their servitude, you are to set them free and to let them go with an abundance. Kind of like when Yaquab or Yasharah or Jacob, when he was let go, by the time he was let go, he had earned his. He earned all his. And so this servant right here has earned theirs as well, but in a different way.
And Laban didn't want Jacob to leave.
Right. Laban wanted to keep him there, to keep Laban blessed.
Right.
But we're supposed to make sure that these servants of ours that are Hebrews are liberally furnished out of the flocks, out of thy floor, out of thy threshing floor, which is wheat, which is grain, seeds, whatever it is, herbs, whatever they need, out of thy winepress. So that way they're now on their feet. So this harkens back unto trying to eliminate having poor people in thy gates, that everybody's well off.
Hey, brother, but that's a cold strategy. If we was to apply that today, bro, because the Most High word don't come back void. If we was to apply that today for real, then I think we'd be out of here in no time. If you really think about it.
And I'm with that. I absolutely agree with that, because the Most High would right here. The Most High is about taking care of his people first, and then the stranger, to show his kindness through his people. Big facts, big old brute facts. All right, and so this is also how. All right, so let me go continue on. Gold was as common as silver, and silver as brass. The U.S. don't want us to leave. They're human shield. Yep.
Facts. That is so deep right there. We they human shields. For real.
Mm-hmm. All of that. I strongly believe that we're going back into the old land and mark a great reverse. The power of a powerful word we're going to come out with, great spoil, silver and gold, and getting rid of the US dollar. Yahweh or Abba, Yahweh Todah is near. Sure enough.
All praises.
All praises. So right here, verse 15, and thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Mizraim, and Yahweh thy Elohim redeemed thee. Therefore I command thee this thing today. See, this is powerful. There's even the reasoning behind it. It was simple and powerful. The fact that we were bondmen, we were slaves and strangers in a land that was not our own. Therefore, we should have that understanding of what it's like to be a slave or a servant and being poor and, as a bondman, and not having the sufficient things that we needed. I mean, we was good for a minute, but after Joseph died, then and the next pharaoh that came into power didn't know Joseph nor any of the good in which he had done for Mizraim. Therefore, his heart was so hardened against us that we became slaves. And all of the good things that we had was starting to disappear. We was living lavish up until Joseph died. And then, when, like I said, after he died, that's when everything went way downhill. And the next 215 years after that was slavery and bondage and oppression. So, all right. And it shall be, if he say unto thee, I will not go away from thee, because he loveth thee and thine house, because he is well with thee, then thou shalt take an awl and thrust it through his ear, kind of like an earring, and thrust it through his ear unto the door, and he shall be thy servant forever, kind of like an apprentice. And also unto thy maidservant thou shalt do likewise. And it shall not seem hard unto thee when thou sendest him away free from thee, for he hath been worth a double hired servant to thee. Meaning he's worth two, because he is so devout. He's so grateful because you treated him right. You know what I'm saying? In serving these 6 years. So think about that. That's you have to treat somebody so good within 6 years that they may be your servant in those first 6 years, and on that 7th year you're getting ready to let them go. But after the first 6 years, they're like, man, I am so good, man. I don't want to go nowhere. I mean, that's powerful in itself.
Well, you know, they didn't treat us good because we wasn't like that. We were like, let's do another 250 years. We didn't. Nah, we was ready to go, right?
Right.
Like, we know that that the type of slavery that the Bible here is talking about, and the type of slavery, because they like to bring that up. That the type of slavery that the Bible talking about right here, biblical slavery, is different from shadow slavery that we was in over here, because nobody wanted to say, hey, let me do an extra 2 years over here.
Facts. Like, get me out of here now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, for he hath been worth a double hired servant to thee, in serving thee 6 years. And Yahweh the Elohim shall bless thee in all that thou doest. All the firstling males that come of thy herd and of thy flock, thou shalt sanctify unto Yahweh thy Elohim. Thou shalt do no work with the firstling of thy bullock, nor shear the firstling of thy sheep. Thou shalt eat it before Yahweh thy Elohim, year by year, in the place which Yahweh shall choose, thou and thy household. And if there be any blemish therein, as if it be lame or blind or have any ill blemish, thou shalt not sacrifice it unto Yahweh thy Elohim. Thou shalt eat it within thy gates. The unclean and the clean, the unclean and the clean person shall eat it alike, as the roebuck and as the hart. Only thou shalt not eat the blood thereof. Thou shalt pour it upon the ground as water. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save chapter 16 and on for next week, most high willing. Indentured servant, facts. Even being a servant, they were treated humanely, big facts.
Right.
And so, once again, all of these things are for the purpose of making sure we don't have any poor within our gates. The covenant promise that we took with the Most High was so that we made a promise to take care of one another and to make sure that every last one of our people within our gates is well off and taken care of, all the way to the fatherless. You know what I'm saying? So the elders, the fatherless, the poor, we're trying to eliminate the poor from the equation. But the only way we can do that is either by employing them or opening our hand wide unto them, so that way is to give them all that they need, help them get back on their feet, give them training, teach them skills. things like that. So that way they can be self-sufficient and be well off. Therefore, there's no more poor. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's really simple.
You know what made me think, brother, when we thinking about this?
Uh-huh.
Because when I sit there and think about it, like, okay, the servant thing that we just was reading over, because some people might look at it, but I think that our chat got the point, because the two good comments we just saw up there. But I think what we should realize with this, with just having servants and stuff like that, when we sit there and think about it now, like okay, say all these celebrities that make these thousands of dollars, not thousands, millions and millions of dollars and stuff like that, they're not connected to their people in no kind of way. You see what I'm saying? Like, we're not connected to them. Like they make them sign whatever type of contract that say they can't do nothing for the hood no more, but go pass out turkeys on Thanksgiving, which we ain't supposed to be celebrating. You know what I'm saying? But we're not. When I look at what the Bible is talking about right here, that's showing that we were always connected as a people. So it didn't matter who had a lot, and who, you know what I'm saying, who had a lot, because whoever had a lot could hire a lot. You know what I'm saying? But we don't see that today in today's, you know what I'm saying, society. We don't see that today. You know what I'm saying? We can look at, just like I was saying, I use some of the people that have a lot of money in today's day, you know what I'm saying, as in America where we at. But we know there's a whole line drawn in the sand. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole line drawn in the sand. They don't hire their own people. You know what I'm saying? They don't even much hire their own people. You know, but I'm saying, as when we looking at this servant thing and how he doesn't want the poor to be poor, is saying that we're not even moving as a unit no more. You know what I'm saying? We completely broken over here if you really look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, you know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at the wisdom behind what we just read. That's all, bro. If that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. It all makes sense. You know, and that's why I was saying the whole concept to all this, it really is simple. But the problem is greed, pride. Those things get in the way. We've allowed those sins, or those spirits of wickedness, to get in the way of us treating people properly. You know, and that's where we have went wrong time and time and time and time again. And especially, you know what I'm saying, as we were a nation coming up, and then when you look in the book of Ezra and whatnot, or second Ezra, and Ezra is sitting there asking the question of, how come the heathen, they're not being punished for all the wickedness in which they do? They don't have the law. Look at how they live. You know what I'm saying? They, and second Baruch as well, about how those other lofty nations of the heathen have always been benefited throughout all these years, but they've always been ungrateful for the benefits. Right. So what we ended up doing is we end up looking at these other nations and seeing how they get down and they ain't being punished. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, so let me see if we can get away with that. Right. You know, this is the same stuff that we was warned against. Don't live like them. Don't get down like them. Don't envy them. They don't have the law. We have the law. We end up, if we do as we're supposed to do in the first daggone place, then they're going to want to be like us. And that's what we was advised to do and told that's what would happen. But we ended up not staying steadfast in it. And so this is some of the things that we got to get back to. And that's why I stress so much in getting back to the basics, because these things really are basic. We just we're not being taught how basic it really, really, really is. Just like basic human rights, the basic, rights to, having food, shelter, and maybe some employment. Some place that you can, exercise your gifts in which the Most High has given you, your talents and your skills, your trade as a craftsman, or as a laborer of some sort, to have some kind of skill to do something, right, or just to provide a service. You know what I'm saying? So these types of things, we've let these concepts escape our nation. And so now that we've been in this land of captivity for so long and been treated like crap for so long, and we've been treating each other like crap for so long, it's time that we gotta we got to prophesy to the dry bones. Talk to them.
Facts.
You know, when the Most High, it's like I said earlier on about getting to the book of Ezekiel. The Most High, when he spoke to Ezekiel, he said, you know, can these dry bones live? And, you know, and he said, Yahuwah, you know if they can live. And the Most High said, we'll prophesy to these dry bones. He said, talk to them. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk to our people. We got to prophesy to them.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pray us on out. I got a couple new tracks. All praises. Getting back to the basics. That's right. And that's what it's about. We got to get back to the basics, and then we can build on the rest. But we got to start somewhere. And there, Jacob's rod will inspect, judge, and separate the flock of Jacob from Laban's. Yep. Remember, he says right here, remember Babylon will be destroyed, and the merchants will lament. The dragon will come after the woman. The Most High will take us into the wilderness. Show enough. Over here trying to get these burps up out of me. All right, so if you can, you will. Please bow your heads with us. And we're going to go ahead and pray on out and then get it in with some Hebrew hard music, some holy hip hop, something so good for your soul. I promise you, just listen to the words, listen to the lyrics, listen to these verses, these parables jump off the screen for you. That way it help make it clean for you. All right.
I like that, bro. I might use that.
Like jump off the screen for you to make it clean for you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All praises. I'm saying.
He just be working. He
be working, man. Like this ain't me. It's all him, man. I tried to told y'all, man. Abba Ahaya, Most Hayab Yasharam, Most Hayab Abaraham of Yatatak and Yaquab, the one true Allahayim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within. Yahweh, Sabah Awat. Abba, we come humbly before your throne. Thanking you for this Bible study. Thanking you for the congregation that's came forth and enjoyed this word with us. Everybody that's kind of tuned in here and there. Maybe they came in. Maybe they popped on out. Maybe they'll come back and check us out on the replay. Maybe they'll just stick with us all the way through. Abba, we thank you for your word that has gone forth to help edify our hearts and our minds, to help us understand our purpose, to help bring us back into our office. As Yahweh told us in Matthew chapter 24 and 40, that one will be in the field, or two will be in the field, one will be taken, and the other one will be left. The one that is taken is the one that is awoken and brought back into their office, brought back into the understanding or intimate understanding or knowledge of themselves. So, Abba, we thank you for these precepts here in which Yahweh, your son, was telling us there, and to help us understand how we need to come back into our office, how we need to come back into the land and being a light unto all nations, especially to our own people. You know, so Abba, thank you so much for edifying our hearts and our minds. And I pray that you will continue to do this week after week, day after day. Send us back into the streets, Abba. Send us back into the highways and byways. Send us back into the grocery stores and the corner markets and help us prophesy to these dry bones, Abba. Help us talk to them. Teach us how to be fishermen of men. Give us that game. Give us that righteous game that will speak to our people. Teach us how to talk to them. In Yahweh's holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Oh, man. Like that last part, I'm telling you, that was getting me out.
Yeah, I felt that, brother. I definitely.
Man, I was gassed. I'm telling you, I'm wiping my eyes right now. I ain't even playing.
Yeah, I felt that. I definitely felt that, brother.
I ain't playing because that's what we need, man. That's what we need, family. We gotta talk to them. All right. So hallelujah. So the first song I got for y'all, this right here is another one from Aquan. This is another one. This is one I was bumping to earlier on today. This song right here is called Servant. All right. And then there's a couple other ones that I got from him as well. But there's a couple.
You dropped something too.
What's that?
Big one, Hezekiah dropped.
Yeah, I got that too. Trust and Believe. Yeah, the other one, the new one from Hezekiah that came out earlier on this week. I got that as well. Oh my goodness. Tell me I got it right here. I know I do. I tell you what, I'll be grabbing it in just a second then. So I thought I had it. I know I added it over on Red Letter Wrapped. I thought I had already downloaded it, but I guess I didn't. So I'll be doing that in just a moment, family. But in the meantime, between time, I got this new one from Aquan, another new one from Brit Yah, and then there's a couple other tracks that pertain into what we've been reading. So I'm gonna play some of those songs as well that pertain into those.
So you got stuff for Brit Yah coming up, brother. I like that. I like that. That Back to My First Love, that first track that was on that new one she just dropped. Man, that's hard, bro. I like that one.
No doubt. That wasn't necessarily the one, but
No, you're good. I mean, but I just was throwing that out there just for anybody else to check it out, man. That Back to My First Love, man. That's how I feel right now since I quit everything. I'm like, I'm back to my first love, like, yeah, for real, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up.
I'm with it. It's a part of my playlist.
Hey, that's what's up. All praises. All right, so here let's go, fam. Let's get it right on there. Please enjoy, all right?
A baby is servant to the Most High, servant to the Most High. Men of valor, giving all they servants to the Most High, to the Most High, to the Most High.
Ride the savage on the track.
I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. Till the day I die, serving the Most High. Till the day I die, serving the Most High. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. Till the day I die, serving the Most High. Till the day I die, serving the Most High. You gotta become a good servant. First you gotta become fervent. You shine your examples of his walk like Nike. Check yourself, walk and keep serving. Follow the statutes, the laws and commandments, so you won't get judged and won't come at you early. Love is the greatest commandment, so if you a hater, then your soul will start to look dirty. Need to go clean up your spirit. Agents ain't trying to hear it, but I'ma keep drilling like a sergeant. And I'ma keep spreading this gospel. But get my people, I ain't got no alarm. On hugging the block, you can call me Stretch Armstrong. Like King Josiah, I'm reading the law. The way we been acting got me so appalled. I'm reading my clothes, taking all of this stuff I've been sinning. Yeah, I stumbled myself. Leave it to me when I crumble myself. Past interference, I juggle my spirit. Drop my iniquity, humble my soul. Had to remove all the abominable things, cause keeping the orders is where I remain. So if not a higher, ain't blessing the thing. So man, I take your order, cause homie, I'm serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. Till the day I die, serving the Most High. Till the day I die, serving the Most High. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. Till the day I die, serving the Most High. Till the day I die, serving the Most High.
Welcome to Soul Food Service, where we serve food to satisfy your soul. How may I take your order?
Yeah, let me get a 1611 KJV with an annotated apocrypha, and for the sides, let me get a Enoch and Jasher. And for the drink, let me get a Tile Jubilee.
Sorry, sir. We don't serve that here.
Yeah, I know. Sermon something's gonna save my life. Sermon something's gonna save my soul. Sermon something's gonna open my mind to what's going on around the globe. Cause service you want, you can't even get it. If you don't need it, they serving it quickly. Abomination, they be serving them to you like pay-per-view. I'm hot and ready. Yeah, they get served vaccines and they serving you modified food. But go to YouTube, it's serving the truth. No conspiracy, straight validity. Hebrew history, making atonement, and then what you do, start serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. I'ma keep serving. My yeah, you are so wonderful. Almighty, yeah, so wonderful. My yeah, you are so wonderful. Holy, holy, holy. Whoa, holy, holy, holy. Whoa, you deliver us right out of Egypt. Open waters, did that for you people. Made a covenant, but we need you. Yeah. From that rock you was giving us woes. We complain, but you still did it for us. You was with us, we crawled through the Jordan. Yeah. Your name is known all over the earth. We submit, we put you first. We ain't never forsaken your word. You got dominion on heaven and earth. We submit, we bow down, we gon' serve. And your face we gon' forever search. We singing holy, holy, holy. Whoa, holy, holy, holy. Whoa, we bind and rebuke every demon. We got power, I need you to speak. The devil's so mad we don't need him. Cause greater is he that's in me. Messiah, the light of the world. We was all blind, we could see. We do not get what we deserve. I know he died for me. He died for me. My yeah, you are so wonderful. Almighty, yeah, so wonderful. My yeah, you are so wonderful. Almighty, yeah, holy, holy, holy. Whoa, holy, holy, holy. Whoa. So wonderful, my yeah, you are so wonderful. Almighty, yeah, so wonderful. Almighty, yeah.
If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. Have you ever felt pain? Talking worse to the worst, talking final rain. It's better if one member of your body perishes and your body going into flames. Whole body, whole body. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. That's what he told me, say. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. Causes you to sin. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. Yeah, gotta put the warning out there. I'm moving out of love, not fear. I can't sugarcoat, cause that don't cover me or cover you. When the wrath of the Father pours out, you say, makes it very clear. Repent one time, repent. This vessel is just for rent. Can't run when his judgment hits. Repent 2 times, repent. You don't want your teeth gnashing and weeping. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. If your right eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. Pluck it out.
Yeah, that was Brit Yah, Gehenna, Matthew 25 and 29. I got some more tracks for you. Matter of fact, this shout out to Yom. I love playing this track. I'm telling you, this is, yeah.
Let me guess, you got scared when you seen all that water. When Abba said come, you were supposed to start walking. Don't you know it, yeah, nothing's impossible. Don't be afraid of life, it come with obstacles. How you think Moses felt when he got the sea? How you think Peter felt when he got the key? Yeah, what gave Paul the strength to go out there and preach? Blessed are them that have not seen but believe. Release that pride, don't let it eat at you. They piss you off, return with love, don't let it get to you. Your family to cut you off, pray for peace for them. And please believe you better off, cause you done found a gem, and that's the truth. So hallelujah, we done heard his voice, I'm the proof. My prayers weren't ignored, long nights in the closet, face to the floor. Your mercy I implore, haven't found a greater love.
There's no greater love, no, there's no greater love shown. I'ma sing it like I mean it, this my favorite love song. I can't live by these lines, cause I know they deceiving. I don't know a lot of things, but I know that you won't leave me.
Hey, hey, protect my peace by all means. If it's in my reach, it's in my means. Like Solomon, give me wisdom, don't need the finer things. A rich man may not enter if he blind by worldly things. Hey, fix that beam in your eye before you speak. The master drew a line, you can't throw no stones at me. I hope you ready for the king. He ain't coming for no peace, he coming with a sword. Are you ready for the war? Dividing belief and unbelief. He not residing in that church where your pastor preach. Man, that church got business hours, how they supposed to reach? There is no light in them if by the word they do not teach. For real, Yahushua kicked it in the ghetto with the sinners. The Pharisees care about outer than the inner. You hate your brother, you a killer. It ain't the world you gotta conquer, it's the man in the mirror.
There's no greater love, no, there's no greater love shown. I'ma sing it like I mean it, this my favorite love song. I can't live by these lines, cause I know they deceiving. I don't know a lot of things, but I know that you won't leave me.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Abba. Thank you.
Yeah. Why you playing me? I made you better than anything you've ever claimed to be. How you on demon time, my G? I made you royalty. Promise you kingdoms, all I wanted back was loyalty. Hey, why you testing me? How you act like a beast and expect to rest in peace? I tell you love him, you see your brother stretch him and leave. Beat on that woman, I gave you the lead. Cheat on that woman with the devil, you mixing my seed. But you a G, gon' up that metal and pull that pedal. Won't be nothing left till the dust is settled. And the grave diggers got shovels. And the choir singing falsetto. Funerals as usual, cause it's lawlessness in the ghetto. But are you tired of being blind? Rebellious children of mine, I'm jealous of wood and stone. Repent to me for your crimes, cause you are the dry bones. And I've come to carry you home. The Messiah swallowed my wrath, and his blood gon' buy you back from the trap.
Pride, lies, blind eyes. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Unharden your heart, unstiffen your neck. Humble yourself.
But you keep thugging on wiretaps, they line you up. You fall down, then fire back, your time is up for selling crack. I double back, I got you in my arms. See the holes that's in my palms, the clock is ticking. Notice the silence, but don't be alarmed. The proposition is this: repentance, confession, baptism in the spirit. Striving for perfection, respond to correction when you hear it. United Snakes of America, they keep hissing, so my children don't listen. All they want is religion, making memes of every prophet that I've ever sent to convict them. Streaming on every topic except what pertains to my mission. In the pursuit of currency, but currency is faith and wisdom. It's with these things you bail yourself out of eternal prison. You perish for lack of knowledge. You pledge allegiance to collegiate witchcraft in college. My mind is so much higher than all your well-respected scholars. You no longer dressing modest, and each day you lay in iniquity. You forfeiting my promise. I promise.
Pride, lies, blind eyes. Humble yourself. Humble yourself. Unharden your heart, unstiffen your neck. Humble yourself.
If my people who are called by my name humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked way, I will hear from heaven and heal their land.
Got one more track for y'all. It's sitting here processing right now. I was trying to load it back up, but I'm trying to tell y'all, man. That song from Yom, I'm trying to tell y'all, that's one of my favorite tracks right about now. And I mean, I love all this music. Don't even get it twisted. But something about that track, man. Shout out to Yom, man. That man, the Most High surely blessed him when he gave him them lyrics. Look at that pick. Who else could fit the lost sheep? Big old Brewfax. Big old Brewfax. Couldn't nobody else fit the lost sheep. All right, so I think this might be the last track. Maybe not. This is the updated version of Self-Examination from Aquan. All right, so peep this.
Before you point the finger, no 3-point back at you for sure. Judgment coming at your door. What you gonna do when you're face to face with all of your follies?
Self-examination. 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 Shake your follies at the door before you face it. Self-examination. Self-examination.
Had to look myself in the mirror. Is my soul darker or clearer? Am I operating in the flesh? Or looking like you're shy in the spirit? Am I dedicated like Enoch? Am I really patient like Job? Am I showing love like Abraham? Or am I reading birds like Reborn? Gotta check yourself to make sure you ain't living. Both The dragon stole like David the do. How you gonna make it to the kingdom when you claim it as your food, but you ain't got your garden too? 7 domination is required when you make it to the bosom. You don't wanna hear, I never know. There's gonna be a national teeth in the pattern of the feet if you ain't looking like the king. Before you point the finger, no 3-point back at you for sure. Judgment coming at your door. What you gonna do when you're face to face with all of your follies?
Yeah, 7-7 7-7 yeah, 7-7 7-7 yeah, shake your follies at the dope before you face it. Yeah, 7-7 7-7
I promise this walk with Christ. The longer you in it, get critical. In this faith, gotta have reflexivity. Don't wanna be hypocritical. Being a beacon of light, come with scrutiny. Refine my mind to display a new with me. Building rapport with the angel of presence to get good reports on my eulogy. Yeah, Christ delivered His grace, but that don't mean use it foolishly. Our actions are ever before a higher than spiritual nudity. Be aware unless your spirit breached. The gospel wasn't only given to teach. If I ever get correction to you, just know that it started with me. I started with me. Yeah.
Before you point the finger, no 3-point back at you for sure. Judgment coming at your door. What you gonna do when you're face to face with all of your follies?
Yeah, 7-7 nation, 7-7 nation, yeah, 7-7 nation, 7-7 nation, yeah, shake your follies at the dope before you face it. Yeah, 7-7 nation, 7-7 nation, yeah.
So with that being said, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 28. But let a man examine himself. Jump down to verse 31. For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Most High, that we should not be condemned with the world. Self-examination.
Love that right there. I love what Ox said at the end, you know what I'm saying? He said, so if I ever gave you advice, just know I started with myself. You know what I'm saying? So all praises. I'm over here, woo, who day? Like who day? You know what I'm saying? Like Shabbat Shalom. Let me go back in my cover. LOL. You wildin', sis. You wildin'. All right, so yeah, I pray y'all paid attention to all them lyrics, you know what I'm saying, because there's edification and there's purification in every last bit of them lyrics, you know what I'm saying? So I can only hope that they bless your eardrums, bless your heart, bless your mind, give you something to look into. And once again, you know what I'm saying, I want to do this right here because I was just over here grabbing this track, but let me go ahead and go back to the channel, right? So once again, for those of y'all that don't know, come here to the playlist section on RedLetter Wrapped. You can go through the created playlist. There's some songs all the way down, all the way inside here, some of the old lessons we went through. And then everything that everything that I've played on this platform, you're gonna find it definitely inside the Hebrew hard music playlist. If nothing else, if you don't find the single down here, if I forgot to add the single down here somewhere, you definitely gonna find it right here in the Hebrew hard music playlist. But then outside of that, you go in the save playlist, and you can find the whole album to that Brit Yah. You know what I'm saying? That song I just got done playing moments ago. The whole album is right there. This new artist right here, I think she's more of like a Christian rapper. I think that's more of her thing, but she's so close. She is so close with what she's spitting. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and add her on in here. So I haven't listened to all of this just yet. I've heard a couple of her tracks to the point where I was impressed enough to go ahead and bring this one over here. So I haven't vetted everything just yet. Then you got Say La Soul up in here that I've added in. I played like a track up off that Servant was up off of this right here album, Hearken. I haven't even listened to everything from Washing the Word just yet. I'm still grabbing tracks from Trapped in Truth. I got everything from Self-Examination. And there's more. There's so much more. There's so much music. The Eshawn Burgundy, the Lorvins, I mean, Hezekiah, everything. It's all right here. Everything. There's so much more. This is still loading, family. Like this is going to keep loading a couple times. Like I mean, I could scroll this thing down a couple times. It's going to continue. There's so much music. Just look, it just keeps going. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still loading. It's kind of like the Energizer Bunny still loading. Like there's just still more and more, and I'm still adding more and more and more music. So there's no excuse, family. There's no excuse to say that, well, I can't find no good music to listen to. There's no excuse. There's so much good music right there. You know what I'm saying? So I love y'all. I pray that y'all get hip to this music. I pray that y'all go into that playlist section, look around, you know what I'm saying, and check into some of this music, you know what I'm saying? And just because there's so much music there, like I said, there's no excuse to say that you can't find nothing for you. There's such a wide variety of artists and styles and flavors of music inside there, to where it's like there's got to be a word from the Most High inside there for you. It's just got to be. I mean, so y'all brothers got anything before we go?
Nah, I ain't got too much, brother, man. Good Bible study, man. Definitely ate, you know what I'm saying? Full. So full, I think I'm ready to go to sleep, man. So go ahead and talk to Albert and then go to sleep, man. But I ain't got too much. Love y'all, Zion, and catch y'all next Shabbat, man.
Oh, praise it.
Like that.
Straight like that. You still with us, Ock? I know he was throwing some things in the chat, in the private chat in the background. So I figured he was still wide awake with us.
You know I'm up in here, bro.
That's what's happening. That's what's happening. What you got for us, Ock, before we dip?
I ain't got too much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just stay humble, brother. Stay humble. And keep your mind on repentance.
Thanks.
And forget about the extra stuff. Because if you ain't doing that simple stuff, which really ain't simple, you ain't got nothing. You can know who you are all day long. You can make all the little songs you want to make. You need to repent every day, several times a day. When you pray, you need to confess. You need to name what it is to the Father. You need to repent for it. And then you beg him for your forgiveness. And then you pray for the ones who ain't got to that point yet, who can't do that yet. You pray for the children who have no idea about what's going on in the world, have no idea what's going on with the word because they're still children. Their mind ain't even graduated to that point yet. Pray for them. Like I pray for my son, I say, because I might not be around when he get older. I'm real enough to know that. You know what I'm saying? So I pray for the Most High to bless him, fill him with his Holy Spirit, the Ruach, and surround him with his holy angels, like it say in the book of Psalms, and deliver him in his times of trouble. And as he goes older, please help his mind and his heart to gravitate and be directed to the Most High and away from the world, the things that the people around him teach him. So do those kind of things daily throughout your day, not just one time. Whenever you think about it, do it. Even if it ain't but a couple little words real fast. Do it. You know. And hopefully next week, I get some sleep this week, man. I'm gonna keep it G with y'all, man. Like y'all know I was in the hospital. Then the time changed. Then I came back to the house and I'm still trying to get back to my regular schedule. My circadian rhythm, my sleep pattern is off. I'll be waking up at all types of night. It's ridiculous. So y'all forgive me. But I'm bouncing back though. I'm getting some of my strength back. You know what I'm saying? I'm stronger than I was 3 weeks ago.
All praises.
You know, all praise to the Most High Yahweh forever, bro. You know what I'm saying? May all creations in the heaven, under heaven, on earth, under earth, and in the abyss praise his name at all times in their own respect, in their own respective way. And if they don't want to get down, then pray. Praise his name. Let them be broken down. Let them be broken down until they beg to praise his name. I pray for stuff like that, man. So that's all I got for y'all.
Hey, man, that's a powerful word. I'm with it. I'm so with it.
That's the truth, family. Straight like that. And I love y'all. And I'm sorry for letting y'all down this week. But
you ain't letting nobody down now. You right here.
I mean, y'all just kind of bear with me for a little bit more. I might have a testimony for y'all soon.
Showing up. That's you already know. That's what I want. I can't wait for that testimony.
Already.
You already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, bro.
Man, because they need it. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters, they need it, man. They need to hear that testimony that's fixing to come from you.
And I want to give a special shout out to Essential Growth. Essential Growth. You had left a comment for me a couple of weeks ago. I didn't see it, but Ross told me about it. So I'm going to try to do that. I've been doing that. I've been trying not to sound too crazy in the house, though. Roaring like a lion.
Flex and roar, yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that, though, sister. And that's it, man. I'm going to go ahead and end mine. Shalom, Barakah.
No doubt. So, yeah, see, Jules Beaver said you ain't let nobody down, bro.
Man, when she told about I was snoring, man, I felt like it.
You know, Auntie Jerry was like, "You not letting us down. You here with us as one." You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be anywhere. You could have been in bed getting that rest, but you right here with us trying to push through. You know what I'm saying? Right there. All praise to the Most High, Yahuwah, right there.
All praise to the Most High, Yahweh.
Yeah.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. So, family, you hear it. You know we love you. You know what I'm saying? I know Sister Yaz loves y'all as well.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Sister Yaz. She went with us. I hope she having good on them hikes. I mean, having a good time taking hikes and climbing the Himalayas. And all that good stuff, man. Be safe out there.
Yeah, I don't even know what all she's doing down that way. I know that it was doing like a women's Bible study at one point today. I don't even know exactly how all that went. She said it kind of went like, you know, up and down a little bit. Like they started getting into some, I don't know, some basics that was just like, like it just, it wasn't even like basics. I don't know. She couldn't even really explain it to me. But then like, said she did the canoeing today and all that for the first time ever. She said she got a chance to see like a like a Turtle Pond Park and all that stuff down there in North Carolina and all that. So it's like there's a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying, she's got a chance to go see. You know what I'm saying? You got to put some of these things into perspective when, you know what I'm saying, like somebody from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying, that it really ain't been outside the Bronx because they don't got all that nature in New York.
Man, bro, let me tell you something, dog. Man, I've been in and out the hospital since December. And this morning, I ain't really had no time to go outside at all. I've been missing all the seasons. You know, when I was younger, I'd be sleeping in my room with my window open. And I hear the birds chirping. And I get mad because they waking me up. I heard them birds this morning. And that was like the best sound I ever heard, bro. I feel where she coming from, bro. You know what I'm saying? I feel where she coming from, man. So enjoy that straight up.
No doubt. Like it's just a lot. It's a lot. But I thank y'all, family, for tuning in with us and having a good Bible study with us. I thank y'all that tune in with us all the time, every week. I pray that y'all can continue to like put the word out there, you know what I'm saying? Share, you know what I'm saying? Let people know that it's a good spot, you know what I'm saying? And it's not for any one of our names, it's for the Most High. And it's for each of us to come back into our office. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's really, really, really about, and really digging deep into this word and trying to understand it. You know, that's all I got. I love y'all, family, and I can't wait to see y'all again. I can't wait to come back on with another music episode for y'all, you know, playing all this music again. Man, love it.
So
what Juby say? We got nature in the Bronx. What nature you got in the Bronx? Like he said, stop it. We got nature in the Bronx. Stop it. Like what? At the Bronx Zoo?
Rats. No, I'm joking.
I was about to say that. I thought about that zoo. They must be talking about that zoo. They can't be.
Yeah, right. And Shalisha said, "Where the nature, sis? Like where's it at? Like because Shalisha in the Bronx too." Y'all wildin'. She said we got nature concrete at the 245 and D train. Yeah. Oh man, like if it, man, I tell y'all what, if it there's a channel I came across, it's like just one little short video, and it's like only in New York, right? So I end up typing in only in New York, and there's an actual channel that's all about the stuff you're going to see, but it's only in New York. I'm telling you, it's like there's so many videos. You're gonna see that video where it's like, whose mess is this? It's like the dude is out here wilding, and somebody they got the camera. We looking like, whose mess is this?
Well, the way New York people say man's always get me, bro.
Come get your man, come get your peoples. People in the subway wilding, some people down in the train station wilding, people just all over, everywhere, just wilding. Like you only in New York, man. Like oh my goodness, like all the stuff I've seen so much weirdness. New York is packed with nothing but weirdness, man. Like I know everywhere's got it. Everywhere's got their own set of weirdness. So I can't say that New York has got is the only place that's got weirdness. Every place got their own set of weirdness. Because
New York got their own brand of weirdness.
Yeah, man. And see, I thought it was yeah, that's true. That is true. But all right, y'all know I'm from Ohio. All right, so yes, there is a channel called Only in Ohio, and I got to see some foolishness in there.
Yeah, I seen that too.
Yeah, me and yeah sat back and watched some of this stuff. I was like, all right, time to go ahead and clown on Ohio right quick.
Ohio crazy too.
Yup. I'm telling y'all, like
Man, it's crazy down here too. If you go get on that bus or that train,
man.
It's crazy.
I've been through the ATL bus station. I've been through the ATL airport. But I've been through the ATL bus station. I don't know how many times, man. And it's a trap house. The bus station is a trap house.
Man, bro, I got some stories for you.
Man, I ain't even playing, y'all. Like I told y'all, I'm from the block. I know a trap when I see the trap. I've been in the trap too many times.
Hey, but I think really honestly, them bus stations everywhere. Them bus stations just be thugging, man.
Oh man,
I'm talking about that train though, bro.
Yeah, the trains, them bus stations, any type of transportation. I think they just be thugging, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, but
I ain't gonna lie though. I think New York train station got everybody.
The only thing that the bus station and the ATL was missing is boarded up windows. To make sure you know that that's a trap house. That's the only thing that thing is missing. Other than that, man, you as soon as you walk outside, it's going down. It's going down right outside the bus station, right across the street at the corner store. I'm just gonna stop. I'm just gonna stop right there because I ain't drying nobody out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It's wild, man. It is so wild. I love y'all, family. I love y'all, family. Like, I love my people. I know we got problems. I know we got issues. And this is why we're trying to help our people get up out of these issues. All right. Shalom, America. Look, see, we all having a good old laugh over all this good stuff. She like, true. Yeah, man. Yup. She say it's gayered. Is
that even a word?
Man, we make up our own words. You know that?
I know. I'm just saying, like that. It's crazy. You got to make up a word for that type of stuff in Atlanta. You know what I mean?
It's not just gayered. It's gayered over there.
Right. You can't even just say.
Oh man, I love y'all, family. All right, man. I love y'all so much. We out. We
we're gonna be here all night.